Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another electrified full house here at the Sudbury Arena. I'm your host, Trevor Prior. This is Game 6 of Rogers OHL Final Series. Now, Plymouth has won the last two games and has taken a 3-2 series lead, and we spoke with head coach for Plymouth, Mike Vellucci, on his keys to victory tonight.
Well, I think being disciplined, staying aggressive as we have been the last 2 or 3 games, but being disciplined. Blue line turnovers are a big part of it. We need to limit our blue line turnovers or at their blue line, make sure we get it in deep, and then goaltending again from both sides is very key.
Well, we want to win Game 6 to put the pressure back on them to take it back to Game 7 in Plymouth. But you look at the things that we have to do tonight. Obviously, is get the puck out of our zone very quickly. We don't want turnovers in the neutral zone. I think right at their blue line, we want to make sure we're getting lots of pucks in the zone. And we have to get more opportunities to get pucks to the net, more chances at the net, more shots at the net. So those are some of the things that we have to do tonight, a little bit better than last game.
And for more on tonight's story of the game, let's head upstairs to Jon Abbott and Rick Doyle. And as we wait to go upstairs there, it's an interesting matchup tonight. Rick Doyle in tonight doing our color commentary. Here they are.
Back at the Sudbury Community Arena for Game 6 of the Rogers OHL Finals, and certainly a game that is a must-win for the Sudbury Wolves if they look to stay alive and perhaps push a Game 7 in Plymouth, but the 4th victory, certainly the toughest in the series to get, perhaps, Rick Doyle.
Well, the 4th victory is always the toughest to get. You know the Sudbury Wolves are going to come out, they're going to be desperate, they're going to play that way. You know that Sebastian Dam is going to be on his game tonight, so the Plymouth Whalers have to weather the storm in this first period and then come out and start their forecheck.
It certainly will be a loud start as the other 2 games at Sudbury were. Let's send it back downstairs to Trevor Prior.
And thanks, gentlemen. And there's been several key players that have stood out in this series tonight, and they are on our hot players to watch. And Chris Terry for the Plymouth Whalers has really stood up, and he got 2 points in the last game with 1 goal and 1 assist. And for Justin Donati of the Sudbury Wolves has been instrumental in the Wolves playoff run as he picked up a goal and 2 assists in that Game 5 OT loss. And there's no surprises in goaltending tonight. The same 2 goalies going for Sudbury. Sebastian Dam and his memorable 77 saves the other night unfortunately wasn't enough. He's going to have to bring that magic back and look to hold on and give his team a chance to win. And Michael Newver starting for Sudbury. We are all ready to go, so let's head upstairs. It's back to Jon Abbott and Rick Doyle.
Thank you very much, Trevor. It is Game 6 of the OHL Finals. And certainly the Sudbury Wolves find themselves at home in a must-win situation, Rick Doyle.
Well, the first time in the 2007 playoffs that the Sudbury Wolves have faced elimination, and certainly they're going to come out here with some desperate hockey. Head coach Mike Foligno, I talked to him prior to the game. You can see him weaving back and forth before this game starts. He has the adrenaline pumping. Mark Hicks, the lead official in tonight's hockey game, him and Sean Reed will handle the call of the game.
Of course, the Whalers coming off an overtime victory back in Plymouth, Michigan, thanks to Mr. Collins and company. The Sudbury Wolves have an overtime victory in this arena. The puck is dropped for Game 6. The Wolves win it back to Diversa. Cross ice to Stahl. He will push it ahead past his intended target. We'll have a quick face-off to start Game 6.
Well, both teams are going to be feeling each other out here as we get on in this hockey game, and certainly the Sudbury Wolves have to come out and establish their game early as they face elimination.
So Brophy and Foligno will try it one more time, this time to the left of Sebastian Dam. Brophy leans in, wins it to the side. Tim kept in at the point by Belmore, and now Foligno will chip it ahead. Plymouth applying early pressure in the Sudbury zone. Stahl has his man pinned and will send it out for Self. Too far for him. Belmore sends it right back in the reverse direction. Donati will pick it up at the sideboards, moves it to the middle. Neal with the steal. Neal lets the wrister go, but Donati blocked that weak shot and will send it back with Foligno on the sideboards. Shepley is there to intercept. Neal skates past it, and Ryder will come into the zone, dropping for Brophy. Face-off circle shot. That one almost trickles behind Dam as he got a piece of it, but not quite all of it. And it hit the side of the goal and stayed out. The Wolves under early pressure skate away now with Foligno, and it's a chance for their first rush of the hockey game. Self tried to get it to Donati, and that fresh ice held the puck up just a little bit, and Plymouth will turn it back over. Neal sends it in. He will head to the bench for a change, as will the Sudbury Wolves. Miller back behind his own goal. Up the gut, but missing Didiometti, and that one will bounce back into the Plymouth zone. Cunningham from behind Neuver surveys the area, but puts it into the skates of Diaz, who will send it back in. Baker giving chase, hits Ward on the boards. Terry gets leveled in behind the play, and it'll be an early penalty call coming. Once the Sudbury Wolves lay a stick on it, now they will, as Neuver just makes it to the bench.
Well, Devin Diometti, he'll go 2 minutes on the elbow on this call as he goes in hard on the forecheck. As the Sudbury Wolves dodged a bullet early in this hockey game on this scoring chance. And this is the penalty call right here. This will be a head check as you see Diometti take his man out rather heavily, and Evan Brophy just slides one through. Dam had positioning on it, got enough of that puck. It did not cross the red line.
And now we have a Lou and Bull getting some physical altercations in. Certainly a follow-up from games 4 and 5, as those two have a heated individual matchup. So it will be the Whalers on their first power play. We haven't not hit the 2-minute mark in this opening period. Ryder cross ice to Bull. He stretches out the stick and catches up to it. Diversa pins him to the boards. O'Connor below the icing line. Back to Bull. McGinnis at the point. Sends it in deep once again. Ryder at the top of the face-off circle. As the Whalers work around the perimeter, O'Connor cycles back. Diversa keeping a close check of him. Frees up the puck for the Wolves, and Lou will do the rest of the job as he sends it down on Neuver. And the Sudbury fans giving a hand to the Wolves on this first penalty killing effort. Cross ice pass for Brophy, dumping it ahead for Neal. He will beat his check of Miller and cross Sestito back behind the goal, come around the side of the boards with it, but he won't be able to send it in deep. Now they do, keeping it in is Collins and Sestito. Back to Collins. Now to Ward at the point, slap shot saved by Dare. Rebound is there, but he will cover it up as a couple of Whalers out in front.
Well, this series hasn't featured a whole lot with regards to power play scoring. However, Sebastian Dam has been the difference in goal. He's faced 86 more shots at this point in the series than his counterpart at the other end, Michael Neuver.
Well, how about 77 saves in Game 5 for Sebastian Dam, as he stood on his head all evening long, but couldn't come up with the overtime victory. That one will go outside the blue line for the Whalers.
Well, as we say, the penalty kill in the playoffs this year have been outstanding.
Certainly Jenks and McCann, the usual suspects for the Whalers, and the Sudbury Wolves, Foligno and Donati, two players to keep your eye on, also because of their offensive threat. 36 seconds left in this first power play for the Plymouth Whalers. Brophy over the blue line will send it cross ice. Neal had it caught up in his skates. So we'll take the poke ahead from Collins and send it in deep. Brophy working down low, but taking the puck and taking command with it is Mark Stahl. However, it was off of a player, and that won't be a penalty.
Well, that did go off a stick of a Plymouth Whaler up into the stands. And this series, 18.9% regular season for the Sudbury Wolves, 19.5 in the playoffs. They've been 5 for 25. This is their first penalty kill here in the first period.
Cunningham, with 18 seconds left, will send it in. Dam out of his goal to leave it there for Stahl. He'll slap it around the boards. That one over the head of Neal and outside the zone. So the Sudbury Wolves, with 8 seconds left, will most likely kill off their first penalty of the hockey game. Cunningham trying for one more rush, won't get it, as Foligno sends it into the linesman at the Plymouth blue line. Out of the box is Didiometti. Back the other way is Foligno. Breaking in, trying to cut to the middle, follow-up shot, saved by Neuver. Rebound in front, and Donati had a shot come through, but it was blocked in front as Neuver was down. So the Wolves counter with a few offensive chances at the end of the penalty kill, with 16-12 up in the first period.
Well, Nick Foligno takes a mad dash down the ice. He gets himself into scoring position right here, and he just drops it back. Diometti comes up with the shot. Neuver, beautiful save. Justin Donati just could not put that rebound home with the wide open cage. And the Plymouth Whalers get away without being scored on that one.
Big block by Cunningham in front. Wolves keep it in at the blue line. McCullough sending it back in there for Baker. He'll give way to Didiometti, who fires it back in the other direction once again. Diaz giving chase, but McCann will pick it up for the Whalers. He has Fournier breaking with him. Will send it into the corner. Dan had to be careful of that bouncing puck as it almost came back into his crease area. Fournier drops for Jenks behind the goalie, out in front. Poked away by McQuaid, and the Sudbury Wolves will come back the other way. Baker into the middle. Diaz split the defense but couldn't get his stick on it as he had only a backhand try. McQuaid moving it to McCullough. Back to McQuaid. Fournier almost intercepts, and Dan will steer it out of trouble for now as the Whalers keep pressing. McCann overskates the puck but finds it after spinning on the play. Sends it back into Jenks. Plymouth on a line change, sending Sestito down deep, and he's almost able to come up with the puck, but Baker will move it out. However, Belmore's shot from the blue line misses wide as Sestito turns and fires once again. Plymouth completes the line change, and Sudbury has yet to get the puck out of their own end. And once again, Didiometti cannot clear, so Sudbury on their heels a little bit here. 15 minutes left in the first period. McGinnis's shot blocked in front, spin around try, knocked down is Terry, and the Sudbury Wolves come out now. And a nice play by Sudbury in front as Terry looked like he was going to get a clean shot away and knocked down at the last minute to prevent a scoring chance. Alou finishes his check as the Whalers dump it in. Terry sends it to Bull. Cross ice there, and Sestito couldn't pick it up. Lusnak does. Trying to hit Friesen on the far side. It's intercepted. Bull will let this one go, and Versa will pick it up in his own end. Alou tips ahead for Friesen. He finds a drop pass back to Alou, who will cycle back in his own zone, not liking what he sees for the breakout setup. However, he won't like this one either as the Whalers send it back in. Miller with a rough check at the blue line stops Ryder in his tracks, and it comes back the other way. Alou out in front of the Sudbury bench along with Lusnak on the right wing. Lusnak trying to come in with it, but Shepley stands him up at the blue line.
Well, both teams coming out a little bit tentative here. However, we've had some great scoring opportunities early in this hockey game as we get a shot of.
And Lusnak, a big part of the comeback for Sudbury, as he had the game-tying goal and assisted on the one previous to that in Game 5 to get the Wolves to overtime. Donati at the red line. They send it in deep to the Wolves. Trying to catch up to it there. However, no white shirts in the area. And Fournier will move it out. Self now sends it back in. Cunningham takes it from behind his own goal. Ward up the middle for Fournier. Finds it cleanly. Has two players with him. Ryder moves into the middle. So does Collins, but he's bumped off the puck. Can't get a shot away. Crouch is in there for the Wolves. Ryder digging away in the corner. Self around his own goal. As you can hear the Sudbury fans start to pick it up here now as we are scoreless in Game 6. Foligno into the corner. Self digging in there with his skates, trying to keep that puck moving. They'll let it play for now. Foligno comes out with it back to the point. Shot there by Stahl. Finds its way to the goal and almost found its way into the back of the net. As Neuver is down on the play, Donati spins, sends it out front, loose puck, Foligno can't bang it home. And the Wolves get a few whacks at it. Versa keeps it in the corner to the near boards, goes Self. He'll send it back to the point to the Versa. Slapper on goal, misses, rebound chance. Off the boards to Donati. Ward is in there. Justin Donati trying to spin away from that check, creates an opening for Foligno. He will dig it from his skates, try to send it out front. Now he sends it back to the near side point. Cross ice for Stahl. Stahl's wrister doesn't get through traffic, and a player is dumped to the side of the goal, Rick Doyle, and perhaps a power play coming up.
Well, Andrew Fournier is going to be fingered here on the hold as he grabs Nick Foligno, as Nick Foligno gets into the blue ice right beside Michael Neuver, and Foligno goes down. Fournier's hand comes off his stick as the Sudbury Wolves move the puck across the top of the blue line. This shot does get through, and we just catch the tail end of that as Fournier hauls his man down. The Sudbury Wolves will get their first power play opportunity here in the hockey game. So far in the series, they've been 5 for 25.
McQuaid back to McCullough. Diaz back to the point now. They cross it for McQuaid. He doesn't slap it through, moves it down deeper for Baker. Back to McQuaid, wrister shot, and it's blocked in front again as the Wolves getting their shot attempts, but they can't quite get it through to Neuver. Didiomedi drops for McQuaid, cross ice again. McCullough finds one through. Didiomedi tip. Neuver, a shoulder save as he kept his eye on the puck and covers up with no rebound.
Head coach Mike Foligno looks on. What he was trying to do tonight was he was telling me before the hockey game he wants some traffic in front of Neuver. Now, interesting stat here is that the Sudbury Wolves have led on the score clock for 35% of the games. The Plymouth Whalers have only led for 24% of the games. However, the Plymouth Whalers have a 3-2 series lead. Which would you prefer, the score clock or the series lead? I'd take the series lead every time.
Certainly the first goal perhaps does not tell the story in this one. Stahl tries to find it on the power play, but Neuver kicks it out. And that was kept in at the blue line, but there is a whistle away from the play.
Well, the Sudbury Wolves are going to get a golden opportunity here as Steve Whiteley will step in the box. 2 minutes on the cross check right down in front of the net. Right there, as you can see, he takes Didiomedi out in front of the net. And there's 1 minute and 20 seconds left in the penalty to Andrew Fournier as Whiteley will step in the box now. So the Sudbury Wolves with lots of time to work with and a 5-on-3 manpower advantage.
And the Sudbury Arena starting to fill up with chants of "Go Wolves Go" as they see their Wolves on a 5-on-3. Kept in nicely at the blue line by DeVersa. Won't be able to keep this one in though, and Stahl will head back just inside his own blue line. Holding the line is Self. Stahl will skate in by himself, and Sestito picks his pocket and sends it back in on Dam. DeVersa will give it a try. Foligno also back there will corral the puck. 51 seconds or less left in the two-man advantage. Foligno deking around his man, but Sestito has picked him off twice. Donati in over the line, but offside and barely able to hear the whistle on that one as the fans are starting to creep up here.
Well, Justin Donati of Oakville, Ontario leads all Sudbury scorers in this series with 4 goals and 10 points. Donati enters tonight's game tied with his brother in 4th place in the OHL scoring race during the playoffs with 26 points.
And brother Tyler, the first time in their careers, keeping it in at the point is Stahl. DeVersa with some traffic in front. Stahl, slapper pad, save, rebound, avoids Foligno's stick. Down with 23 seconds left in the two-man advantage. Stahl comes in, drops it back for Justin Donati. He moves a nice pass there to Foligno, who counters with DeVersa winding up. Back for Stahl. Pass, now Foligno to Stahl. DeVersa one-timer. That one comes out in front but doesn't reach Neuver. Kept in. Stahl can't get it through the legs of Shepley, and Fournier's out of the box. Lets the slapper go into the glove of Dam, who will hang on, and now Stahl is sent in on the Sudbury goaltender as McCann pushed him in there.
Well, the Sudbury Wolves get caught on an odd man rush as Mark Stahl gets caught up the ice on this play. And Jonathan DeVersa has to come over and pick up a stick off the bench as he's caught without a stick. As you can see, Stahl's down low on the play. Great stop there by Neuver. Equally good rebound control by Belmore.
Well, Dam gets knocked down for the second straight time in a matter of 2 periods as Dam took a cross check in the overtime of Game 5. Didiomedi working down low, the Plymouth penalty killing, putting together a strong effort for another 12 seconds, trying to kill off a big two-man advantage for the Sudbury Wolves, and it looks like they will do so as Cunningham gets it out. That will be it as Whiteley is back onto the ice With 9.5, we're still scoreless. Baker, long slapper to the chest of Neuver, who saw it all the way.
Michael Neuver, the second-round selection of the Washington Capitals during last year's NHL entry draft. Oddly enough, the Capitals took Russian goaltender Semyon Varlamov with their first-round pick, so 2 high prospects in goal for the Washington Capitals coming through the system.
Certainly a lot of Capitals keeping their eyes on the young man in net for the Plymouth Whalers. Lushnak tried to find his man at the Plymouth bench, but the Whalers come out with it. Friesen intercepts at the red line and sends it back in. Alou giving chase on McGinnis. Forced to make a quick pass to Bellemore, who finds O'Connor at the red line. Friesen chasing his man down, leaving a gap. Neal at the left side, puts it blocker side. And that one was a quick shot. Forced.
Denmark gets to the postseason. Dam has faced an average of 42 in this final series. 81 shots the other night in Plymouth. The Plymouth Whalers come out with a victory in overtime.
Brophy to Cunningham. Shot from the point gets through. Neal couldn't find it as it was bouncing, and now it's found its way into the stands.
Sean O'Connor, the Michigan native, kind of went to sleep early on in this series. He came alive at the tail end of that London series, and in the playoffs he's recorded 12 points on 6 goals.
Earlier in the regular season, dumped into the corner to the right of Dam. Puck, who moves it into Collins. Baker has to be careful of Fournier coming from behind, but will move it up to Diomedi, who comes up with Diaz. Diaz trying to put it between the legs of Cunningham, but I believe an offside called on that play.
Diaz tries that little play right between the legs of the defender as the Sudbury Wolves try to make their passes at the blue line, put the pressure on the defenseman to get over quickly. Diaz tried to do exactly that. However, a forced off play on the one.
Pair up with Foligno and Self as Lushnak also rotating on that line. Will head to the bench. Off the boards for Foligno, and Ward will skate back in his own zone. Cunningham behind his own goal, drops there for his defensive partner, who moves it quickly to Ryder. Off the back of Collins, drops down in the basket. Offside, the Wolves will have to clear the zone as it looked to be a dangerous rush, but the centering pass did not click. Sestito moves it ahead for the Whalers. He will meet his man heavily behind the goal, but Stahl will move it quick enough to get it outside of his own zone. Alou couldn't find it. The other way come the Whalers. Bull and Sestito giving chase on the forecheck. Terry now on Miller, but it'll be Alou once again coming up with Friesen. He will tap. His goal. Pass for Lushnak, who couldn't stretch out enough to catch up to it. And Whiteley will bring it back behind his own goal. Skating out rather sharply is McGinnis as he pops that one past the Sudbury D. Thought about pinching in, but will stay high at the blue line. Lushnak loses the puck to Brophy. He spins to get away from a check, has Neal with him. Brophy as they get bunched up in the Sudbury zone. Whiteley's wrister is a weak one into Miller, who tracked it down and will send it on the side boards. O'Connor spins and fires. That one misses wide of the glove side. Into the corner now for Alou. He will just try and ease the pressure a little bit. Send it into the neutral zone. Wolves on a line change. Plymouth right back in. Brophy sends it down low. O'Connor around the goal. Can't find the wraparound as he had Dam down. Whiteley with the slapper through traffic. Hits Foligno and finds its way to Dam.
Well, Sebastian Dam has faced 6 shots in here tonight. Probably the best opportunity was the shot that he faced first from Brophy that just trickled by the post. And as you can see, it doesn't really matter much what period you score in. It's what the score is at the end of the game, as the Plymouth Whalers have a 3-2 series lead.
Cunningham trying to open the scoring, but Dam is there again with 6:20 left in the first period.
There's a little bit of hostility in this hockey game as point face-off circle.
Certainly that Ryder perhaps was in a puck, which will give way for Collins, but Baker won it back for the Wolves. Diaz moving it up to the Baker fires to the blocker side. Diaz bumped along the boards, trying to find the goal. Ward moves the puck up, but the Whalers can't get it out. Ward will have another try. He'll send it to the open side of the ice on the near side boards. DeVersa reading that one and will keep it in nicely for the Wolves. Battled in the corner to the left of Neuver. Didier Medi back to. He'll send it deep once again. Deep. Working in. Didier Medi pinned against the boards. Cunningham has had enough of this and tries to center it out for at the open side of the ice. Spins. That shot is blocked nicely by Stahl, who will try and start a rush of his own, but will just settle for getting it out. 5-13. Terry in over the middle. Sestito couldn't get a stick on it. Nice play there. As the Whalers the other way with Lusnak. Backhand try wide of the blocker's side. They collide on the boards in front of the Plymouth bench. Puck is tied up there. The Whalers just trying to get it out, and it's sent right back in by McQuaid. So the end-to-end action continues here as both teams with some good offense.
On this run. Ryder's strength on this particular play.
Foligno handles the face-off. McQuaid into the legs of Neal, and that one ricochets outside the Plymouth zone. Miller sends it back in. Neuver out to stop it. And Brophy will come outside of his own zone. Flips it up the middle. O'Connor is there. He will send it in as Neal is heading behind the goal. In the near side corner to the right of Dam. Neal sends it back down low for Brophy. O'Connor digging in there as well. As the battles in the corner continue to be the story so far in the first period. Both teams digging in there, trying to find the loose puck. O'Connor trying to get possession. He will have it. Skates to the middle of the ice. Hash marks. That one flips up in the air. And Dam able to keep his eye on it and hold for the faceoff.
Well, the Sudbury Wolves defender takes an awful hit from James Neal there on this play right at center ice. And it was Stephen Miller who went down, and Miller gets up and he gets right back into the play. However, he was under some heavy hitting from James Neal.
That's the voice of Rick Doyle, joined by Trevor Prior. I'm Jon Abbott, pleased to bring you coverage of the final home game here from Sudbury Community Arena in these playoffs. Cunningham sends a long backhander Down back behind the goal of Dam. Stahl into his own bench, and that'll bring another face-off with 3:35 left in the opening frame.
Michael Neuver has been outstanding in the 2007 playoffs. He was the difference in the London series. He faced 531 shots, and in the finals he's faced 155. He's given up a bit.
Cunningham in the slot, good stop by Dam. Big rebound, but it's cleared to the corner. Back out in front, and a dangerous loose puck is steered away again. However, it's shot back in by Cunningham. The Whalers get back on side, and McCann will give chase. Stahl off of Tito Medi, who made a nice kick play. Diaz at his blue line gets it out. Collins right back in, and in a little too early is Dan Collins, the overtime hero for the Plymouth Whalers.
We talked about Michael Neuver. He gave up 34 goals on 531 shots up until the finals, and in the finals he's given up 14 goals on 155. I believe the Sudbury Wolves are a bigger hockey club, and he's seeing a lot more traffic, so he's not getting the clean looks at the puck that he was prior to this series.
And certainly Sudbury, who has made a name for themselves in these playoffs, winning overtime games. Yes, they have been close, but they do have some offensive power as well. Show it on that stat.
Well, face-off comes outside the blue line as that puck was gloved ahead from one Plymouth Whaler to the other.
Terry leans in. Will lose it to the Wolves, and McQuaid will move it ahead. Loose snack, and Friesen will get it in. McGinnis with a Lou all over him will move it to the near side. McQuaid keeps it in the blue line. Loose snag. Sent one towards the Plymouth goal. Miller will field it at the red line, but there's a whistle on the play.
Well, Lusnak didn't realize that he had a little bit more of a lane to get out in front of the net. Right here, he could have come out a little further as Alou was creating havoc down in front of Neuver. Lusnak just puts that wide past the post. Shots on goal read 10-6 in favor of the Sudbury Wolves here in this first period. 2:39 to go.
Starting to see some Lusnak jerseys in and around from his native town of Piastani. As certainly a fan favorite here in Sudbury. Belmore sends one to the goal, almost redirected, but couldn't find the handle with the Plymouth Whalers. Donati is dumped in the neutral zone. Fans wanted a call, won't find one. O'Connor spins around, and Stahl gets it outside of the Sudbury zone. Foligno drops there for Self. Self, wrister into Belmore, and fielding that one like a shortstop is Neuver, hanging on.
Nick Foligno, the first-round pick of the Ottawa Senators. He comes in play here with Zach Shepley, and Shepley a big load, 6'5", 225 pounds.
Certainly a big defender for the Plymouth Whalers, and seems as you look down that lineup, you can say big a lot, as the Whalers put together quite the sizable front force as well. Belmore in back behind the icing line in his own zone, tries to come out with it, loses the puck. Diaz's shot goes wide of the glove side. Puck stays in. Diaz will keep it in for the Sudbury Wolves. Trying to center on the play was Baker, but Ryder will come away with it. Ryder down the left-hand side. Spins and drops for Collins, heading towards the goal. Tucks one in, but it's stopped by the left pad of Dam, and that's almost the exact spot Collins scored from in Game 5. Traversa, wrister to the goal. Neuver finds the rebound, and Didio Meni greets him with a bit of a snow shower.
Well, Neuver well out onto the blue paint right here. As you can see, he just fumbles with that puck right at the tail end as Didio Medi comes in. He's looking for any rebounds on the play, but Neuver covers up. And the Plymouth Whalers get a golden opportunity here. Daniel Ryder has a bit of a jump in his game tonight as he sets up Collins. A great save, pad save there by Sebastian Dam.
Dam pushing with that left leg, was forced to then stick it out, and certainly a tricky play for goaltender. Donati spins and fires almost through the arm and chest area of Neuver, who hangs on this time.
Well, Nick Foligno right in the center of that scrum. And Nick Foligno, the Ottawa Senators' first-round selection during last year's NHL entry draft, enters tonight's contest on a 4-game point-scoring streak. Foligno has 27 points on the strength of 11 goals in this postseason.
And Donati, who won Game 3 here, had the puck trickle in, very similar to that play through the chest area of Neuver. O'Connor out in front for Brophy off the tip of his stick. Shepley turns and fires, hits Brophy in front. And the Sudbury Wolves will move it ahead over the blue line. Foligno almost able to knock it down past Shepley, but the big defenseman for the Whalers stood strong and kept it in front of him as we approach the final minute of the first period in Game 6. A scoreless tie to this point. Self trying to change that before the period's through. Takes a whack at the blue line and will go offside.
Well, our first intermission guests, Plymouth forward Chris Terry, will join Trevor Prior in the studio, and OHL Commissioner David Branch makes the long haul up to Sudbury in the event that he has to award the J. Ross Robertson Trophy this evening. He'll join Trevor as well.
Terry loses the draw, but Bull will pick it up for the Whalers. Diversa being chased heavily by Sestito. Nice play by Dam to read that one and move the puck down the near side boards. There's an opening at the blue line for Lusnak, who tried to put it between the legs. He picks up his own rebound, sends it on towards the goal. And a stop there by Neuver off of a good second chance effort by Lusnak. Puck into the corner to Neuver's right. 24 seconds left in the first period. Bull stood up at his own blue line. Allows Terry to come away with it, but a nice play there by Friesen to turn it back for Alou. Alou wants to let a shot go, lets a pass go instead, and Friesen overskates it. Just 10 seconds left, and as Terry looks up at the clock, he will say, I will hang on to this puck and not take a chance, and that will be how the first period will expire. A 0-0 tie. Game 6 of the Rogers OHL Finals. We'll be back with more intermission coverage on the OHL Action Pack.
And welcome back to the first intermission of OHL Primetime, where the Sudbury Wolves and the Plymouth Whalers are scoreless. Joining me now is Plymouth forward Chris Terry. And Chris, it seems like another tough game out there. Both teams getting some chances. Your thoughts after one here?
Yeah, it's definitely been a tough first period. Both teams are playing well. We're sticking to our game plan. You know, it's 0-0 after one. Couldn't hope for a better score after first on the road. So we're happy how we're playing. We're going to keep going.
Now, you guys obviously have a chance to clinch the series tonight. Was it just sort of business as usual, just another game preparing for tonight?
Definitely there was a little more excitement in the room, just knowing we're one game away from the OHL champions and reaching that Memorial Cup. But, you know, we're going about business, but the excitement level is definitely rising a little bit.
Now, there's a lot of household names on this Plymouth Whaler team, but you've personally have really elevated your game, and people have taken notice here in the playoffs. You know, what's been the special thing for you in the playoffs here to bring your game up a notch?
You know, I started out slow in the first two series, but a little line combinations switched up, and playing with Tom Sestito and Jared Bull definitely have helped. I mean, they're big guys, just got to give them the puck, and you know, you're going to get points off that. And power play, I mean, playing with a great bunch of guys, so it's not hard to grab some points off there, too.
Now, there's been a lot of talk this week just about the heat and some of the ice conditions. How's it out there tonight, and how's it sort of affected both teams this week?
I mean, tonight it's a little better. It's cold out there. The ice still gets chopped up and chippy, but, I mean, that's everywhere. Both teams got to play on it, so we both got to battle through it. It's not like they got an advantage over us, so it's not the best, but we're playing through it.
Chris, we appreciate your time. Good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you.
We'll be back with more of the first intermission on OHL Primetime here on the Rogers OHL Action Pack. And welcome back to the first intermission of OHL Primetime. And joining me now is a very special guest, the Commissioner of the OHL, David Branch. Thanks for joining us.
Great to be here.
Your thoughts on this series? I mean, what a run for Sudbury has had, and we're seeing some great hockey here in the finals.
Without question. I mean, you talk about Sudbury first of all, and you know, it's great for the community. It's great for Mark Burgess and family, and Mike Foligno and the entire organization and the players. And I mean, it's been a real credit the way they have just peaked at the right time. And I mean, they're playing so well, and then they're meeting a force in I think Plymouth that a lot of people felt would, or certainly had a good opportunity to get to the OHL Championship Series as they have done, and two great teams. I mean, you can't ask for the game to be played any better. And I mean, it's a credit to these young men and the coaching of Bellucci and Foligno. It's great to watch.
And I think it's been it's just an all-around exciting year for the OHL. It seems like attendance is up in a lot of rinks. And what great storylines in John Tavares, his scoring record this year, and some of these rookies that have come into the league and just dominated. You know,
I don't know if we've ever had in 1 year so many outstanding first-year players. I mean, John Tavares' second year, of course, but you look at Stamkos, Delzato, Peter Angelo. I mean, the list goes on, and I mean, we're very, very fortunate, and shouldn't overlook Patrick Kane or Sam Gagner. I mean, you can go on and on. So it's been great for us, it's great for our fans, and it's great for the product, and it says a lot about the way our teams are managed and how they can recruit players and get the best young people into our league.
And it'll be great to see those players develop in the next coming years in the OHL. And speaking of upcoming events, just announced recently that Kitchener will be hosting the Memorial Cup next year. And that is a great hockey region, the Waterloo region as a whole. And there were some very strong bids, and maybe you can sort of shed some light on how Kitchener was the one selected.
Well, our league, and it's to the credit of our owners, have an arm's length site selection committee, 4 gentlemen, Paul Beeston, Brian O'Neill, Frank Bonello, Jim Gregory, none of whom are directly involved in the OHL in any way, shape, or form. They heard 5 bids. They were all outstanding. I sit in there along with our league lawyer, Gord Kirk, and it's a real credit to see the various bids. And I mean, we could have gone anywhere and it'd be a hugely successful Memorial Cup, and Kitchener, to their credit, was the one that the selection committee felt met the criteria, all the areas best. And I think most people know and recognize what a great organization, what a great community. It's known for its hospitality, great facility. So it's all come together for Kitchener, and it's a credit to them. And like I say, it could have gone to Sarnia, it could have gone to Oshawa, Saginaw, back to London. But Kitchener, I think, learned through the previous experience and really had an outstanding bid to their credit.
And something we want to touch on with you as we got you here is there's a team going to the city of St. Catharines. Maybe you can bring us up to date on where that team sits right now.
Well, the league was actually advised on Thursday of this past week by the Mississauga group, Mr. Melnick's group, that they have entered into an intent to sell their team to a Mr. Bill Burke for the purpose of seeing the team, Mississauga Ice Dogs, move to St. Catharines. So we're just starting that process now in terms of the standard way in which we review all pending applications for ownership change, and in this case a franchise transfer of location as well. So it's an exciting time for Mr. Burke and his people, and a lot of work to be done before our next meeting, which will be the early part of June.
Well, David, it's been an exciting year for the OHL. Thanks for spending some time with us.
Well, it's been a great year, and I mean, Rogers has been a big part of it, and we can't say enough on behalf of the league to our friends at Rogers Television, Colette Watson, Mike Patterson, and all of you people, all the guys there behind the scenes. You guys do a great job, so thank you.
Thanks a lot. We'll be back with more of the first intermission right after this. And welcome back to the first intermission of OHL Prime Time. And our story of the game tonight was the fact that the 4th game of a series is always the toughest to win. And Sudbury, never quit all year, has made that tough. And so the first time Sudbury has faced elimination, and they don't seem to be holding anything back. If Plymouth wins, this will be their first trip to the Memorial Cup in 12 years, so they are looking for that win. And we talk about the play of the period, nothing more than all the great saves by goaltenders there. Busy at both ends, some real good chances. And Sebastian Dom doing his best to hold the fort tonight. And Michael Neuver in the same, being solid the last couple games as he struggled early on the season, has bounced back nicely. And we'll see how this determines, when there's obviously no scoring in the first, but we'll see how all this action translates into more scoring chances in the next period. And if Sudbury can be victorious tonight, we will have a Game 7, and that will be back in Plymouth on Tuesday night. And there we see no scoring in the first. Sudbury doing their best to force that Game 7, and that will be back in Plymouth, and we'll have that here on Rogers Television. We'll be back with more of the first intermission when Rogers OHL Primetime continues.
Well, Sudbury outshoots the Plymouth Whalers in that first period, 11-10, a very tight contest, not very many scoring opportunities, and when there has been, both Neuber and Sebastian Dam have come up awfully big.
And of course, we've mentioned the great crowds at the Sudbury Community Arena, likewise in Plymouth for their playoff run. And as we scan the crowd, certainly Mike Foligno, the head coach of the Sudbury Wolves, we see a lot of mothers in the stands, and we can't forget to wish a happy Mother's Day to all of those in attendance and joining us right here live on the OHL Action Pack.
It's always good to play hockey on Mother's Day.
And a couple of mothers, I'm sure, on biting nails as their teams are deadlocked at 0 entering the second frame. Belmore as O'Connor streaking up the middle. Neal tried to tap it ahead for him, but each of those players overskate the puck. Donati has it knocked away from his stick, and O'Connor will send it into the Sudbury bench off of Diaz and bring an early whistle once again.
And of course, as a special Mother's Day, Rogers would like to wish a happy Mother's Day to all the mothers around the world, and certainly here's a few notables right here.
Stahl. Cross point, a rebound comes down for something. Score! Donati taps the puck in, and it's a 1-goal lead for Sudbury.
Justin Donati, Johnny on the spot right in front of the net as Zach Shepley turns the wrong way on the play. He leaves Donati all alone in behind Neuber. The puck squirts loose right onto Donati's stick. All he has to do, he'll never score an easier goal than that one right there. 29 seconds into the second period, the Sudbury Wolves have struck first for a 1-0 lead.
That is Donati's 14th of the playoffs. And he has been a big part of the Sudbury Wolves squad this year. An overtime hero already in this series. Got the game tied in Game 5 before losing in overtime as the opening goal here. Terry flips it up. Friesen has it come down, and it'll be a high stick.
Well, in the first period, the crowd certainly wasn't a factor. However, with Donati striking first with his 14th playoff goal of this postseason, the crowd is certainly behind the Wolves now. The Plymouth Whalers just have to weather the storm.
Self and Foligno picking up the assists, so they continue their impressive postseason point streaks as well. And Friesen will come ahead over the red line, send it in. Ward back to the Plymouth Whalers, takes a bump after moving that puck ahead. Friesen, Lusnak steals it at the line, but sent right back into the Sudbury zone by Sestito, who cuts to the net. That one didn't miss by much as it redirected and caught Dam in the middle of his crease. Miller moving it to Lusnak. As the Wolves have a 1-goal lead in this hockey game, the only goal in Game 6 so far. Alou looking for more, sends it in deep, deflected out in front. No Wolf is there, and Bull will turn for the Whalers. Up and over the blue line. Bull lets his shot go high over into the netting above Dam.
Well, we've had no goals recorded in the first period. Both goaltenders had to come up with some awfully big saves as both tenders have taken away the bottom of the net extremely well. They faced a whole lot of traffic down front, and Dam and Neuber have been outstanding so far in this hockey game.
McGinnis with the rifled shot from the point goes very high of the goal. Whiteley keeps it in for the Whalers. Bouncing puck over the stick of Fournier. McCullough spins it around the boards, can't keep it in. As far as the Whalers go, and they'll send it right back now. McCullough will try it again. Didio Medi moves it ahead for Baker into the middle. Diaz overskates the puck, and Fournier will now spin back with it. Collins trying to receive the long flip pass, does so, knocks it down for Ryder on the right-hand side. Ryder lets his shot go. That one's in behind Dam as well. Fournier to McGinnis. His trickler gets to about the face-off circle before it's sent back, and it's back behind the goal. Ryder thought about coming out with it, then lost the puck, turns it behind him. Collins with a nice spin move, cuts to the front of the goal. Collins can't get a shot away, but he will draw a penalty. Whiteley slaps it into Dam, and now as the Wolves touch it, once again early in the period, they will find themselves on a penalty kill.
Well, Kevin Baker will be fingered here on the hold as Collins comes out from the corner and he puts Baker in behind him. He forces Baker to take a hand off the stick. He puts it across Collins' body, and down goes Collins on the play. Up goes referee Mark Hicks' arms, and Kevin Baker will step in the box. The Plymouth Whalers will get their second power play opportunity here in the hockey game.
Ward at the blue line, and Foligno all over him. Will send it cross crease, but giving it away is Collins. Donati into the middle for Foligno, and Neuver robs him with a pound save. Another big save by Neuver as he tracks it on the Sudbury penalty kill.
Well, Michael Neuver had to be awfully sharp on both these plays as the Sudbury Wolves, Donati finds Foligno in behind the defenders. Foligno just puts it back out in front of the net. Donati with great eye-hand coordination knocks this out of the air. That could have been a high stick. However, Neuver makes the save, 1-0.
So Donati hunting for 2 in this hockey game. That one on a penalty killing effort. Puck takes a weird bounce in the corner. The Whalers take advantage of that hop, and Brophy will send it towards the goal off the stick of Stahl. Gathered in behind the icing line as Sestito takes a seat thanks to a hit from Stahl. Policing the corner there. Stahl, looking a lot like Ed Jovanovski of the Florida Panthers, moves it ahead to Foligno. Up over the blue line, drops for Donati. Cuts to the middle, Donati with some skating room to Foligno at the side of the goal, blocked before it reaches Neuver. And an impressive penalty kill by the Sudbury Wolves, almost creating 2 goals as McQuaid rides his man into the fence and now gets tangled up. The play continues. McGinnis lets the shot go. Rebound. Bull can't get back as McQuaid caps off a very physical shift, saving a goal. Terry to the point. Blocked there by Friesen. Back for Terry. 35 seconds left in the power play. Terry sends it in. Friesen stays on the ice after a phenomenal shot block with his shoulder, and will now send it down and remain out. Will Friesen. What a hit by McQuaid to send the Whaler into his own bench. McGinnis puts on the brakes, sends it behind Ryder, and with only 8 seconds left, the Whalers will have to get onside, and I'm sure the Wolves fans will give their team quite the hand after killing that penalty off. Alou moves it in. Friesen forechecking on the play as they are now back to even strength. Stahl trying to keep it in at the blue line. Has a helping hand from Alou, but they will not be able to hold the line completely. And now some tempers rise in front of the other bench.
Well, we get a big hit right here as James Neal takes an early seat on the Plymouth bench, helped by McQuaid. As off the bench jumps Ryder to join the rush. As you can see, Neal tries to get around McQuaid. There's just not enough room. And as he takes the little jump, Ryder comes back out onto the ice. However, Devin Diameti will go 2 minutes on the rough. He'll go with Jared Bowl. So we'll have some 4-on-4 hockey here with 15:11 to go here in the second period. A 1-0 score in favor of the Sudbury Wolves. Shots on goal read 16-9 in favor of the Wolves.
And the last offsetting penalties came in front of the Sudbury bench, so both benches getting into the mix.
Well, Mike Foligno is having an animated discussion with Mark Hicks here, as Foligno felt that Bowles should have taken the extra 2 on that play. However, he won't have his wishes, as both players will go for roughing right in front of the Sudbury bench as Foligno and Hicks continue to jaw at each other.
Set for a face-off outside the Plymouth blue line. Stahl wins it back and will play it back in his own zone. Baker and Foligno are the forwards. D'Aversa and Stahl the defenders. Neal counters with Brophy along with Shepley and Belmore. Stahl moves the puck to his defensive partner. Back from D'Aversa to Stahl. Breaking down the left-hand side. Glove save Neuver as he stretches out and watches that one all the way into the trapper.
Well, both these hockey teams are very, very big hockey clubs, and we've had a very physical period and a bit in here tonight. However, the entire series has been very physical, with Sudbury drawing 113 minutes in penalties and the Plymouth Whalers 93.
Nice play there by Ward, trying to dive and send it out. However, he does regain the possession. Ryder tripped up, makes a nice play of his own to get out to Cunningham, who comes up with Terry. Cunningham, who's got some speed, cuts to the middle, pad save, rebound over the goal as Ryder had the top shelf open and couldn't find it. Foligno back the other way with Donati. Stumbling is Cunningham, and Foligno will be allowed to keep the puck in. Into the slot for McQuaid, makes a shot, gets around Terry, but he held him up enough he couldn't shoot after regaining that puck. Foligno behind the icing line. Moves it for Donati. He spins away from a check. Back for Foligno. Out in front. Donati hopping puck, and Neuver tried to trap it, but now it is blown dead. As a number of players touch the puck, I believe it came in contact with a high stick.
Well, Justin Donati's stick comes in contact with this puck, and when two players have chemistry, you can tell on the ice. Foligno and Donati have chemistry. They seem to know where each other is going to be at any given time, and they've displayed that on several occasions tonight. That one right there, just another opportunity for them to put that out onto the table.
We've seen Donati make that hand-eye play, knocking it down a few times already in this hockey game. Certainly offensively gifted, very talented young man, part of the Detroit Red Wings camp, as Friesen lets one go on to Neuver. Alou comes out of the corner, standing up, and he will have the puck. Alou working it back to D'Aversa. He will fire it in around the Plymouth net. Belmore lost its footing, and that will allow Friesen to catch up to it. He'll send it back behind the goal as well. Alou coming out of the side of the goal. Paddle down for Neuver, makes a save, and a glove save there off of D'Aversa.
Well, Akeem Alou was sat down the last hockey game for a bit of the second period, and certainly in the third. He definitely received the message as he heads into the corner here, and Alou came out of the corner on two separate occasions with the puck, and he's back down in behind the net at the tail end of this play with a wraparound opportunity. Alou certainly has the jump in his hockey game here tonight, and Akeem Alou was sent a message from head coach Mike Foligno. It was received.
Certainly playing with a little spark under his belt, as is usually the case for Alou, but perhaps a little bit more strong-minded, if you will. No retaliatory penalty as of yet, something Alou did in games 4 and 5. Back to the neutral zone. D'Aversa takes a double hit there as both Cunningham and Terry collide with him. Both players are out of the penalty box as Diometti gets crossed up in traffic, so the bodies continue to fly. But it will be the Wolves coming out. Long outlet pass for Baker, just a little too far for him. And Ward will cycle it back. Cunningham takes a look, overskates the puck, has to rush it now as two Wolves are in deep on Cunningham. And Ward, his partner, will relieve the pressure. Out to Sestito, winds up, and that shot is high. Penalty coming. And it will be to the Whalers.
Well, Jared Bohl is going to be fingered here as he takes his man down and shoves him into Sebastian Dam on this play. As you can see, Bohl takes the outside lane towards the net, and then he just shoves the defender right in to Sebastian Dam, and for that he'll go 2 minutes for interference. The Sudbury Wolves will get their third power play opportunity here of the hockey game. So far in this series, they've been 5 for 27, including the 2 opportunities they had in the first period.
Belmore wins it back. Shepley dives to keep that away from Donati, who has it in on his stick now. Move it behind him to Diversa. Cross ice for McCullough. Has some room to work with. Will fire it high on the glass to the far corner for Donati. Poke past him, and Ryder will get it down the length of the ice for the Plymouth Whalers. Dam moving it past Jenks to McCullough, and Jenks is caught down deep in the Sudbury zone. Could be an odd man rush if Sudbury gets up to the Plymouth zone quick enough. But doing a nice job getting back into the play was indeed Jenks. Diversa, who's forced to regroup in his own zone, finds Foligno. He will skate past the check of Collins. Foligno with his head up skates into the Plymouth zone, trying to meet Bellemore in the boards and come up with the puck. They do. Donati loses it there though. Bellemore once again chases the puck down. Self is his combatant now, and both of them fall to the ice. Self appears to be hurt and is slow to get up. Back behind the goal is Donati, but it will be Collins coming away with it and sending it to the front of the goal as a delayed call coming to Sudbury. Whiteley, as Neubert finds his spot on the bench. The extra attacker will even it up for now. Whiteley will hang on to that puck until he can get it deep in the Sudbury zone. Brophy will try and help the cause. He will do so as Stahl touches up.
Well, Andrew Self will step into the box here. He'll go 2 minutes on the high stick as Belmore and Self get caught up right here in the corner. Belmore will take Self down. Self gets a little angry with that. He felt he was pulled off his feet, and when he gets up off his feet, he swings his stick around and he catches Belmore right underneath the chin with it. So with 31 seconds left in the penalty to Jared Bowl, Self steps in the box, so we'll have some 4-on-4 hockey here for 31 seconds or less.
Ryder wins the draw ahead. Miller is in perfect position to take it up. He'll spin on this try though and send it to McQuaid. Alou back into the middle for Miller. As we are now 4 skaters aside, Miller moves the puck ahead. Friesen trying to catch up to it, does so, has 3 Whalers on him and will send it to his left. However, no Sudbury Wolf in that area as of yet, and Ryder will come away with it. He is watched closely by Alou, who back checks nicely, and Akeem Alou working at both ends of the ice.
Well, the top scorers in the OHL playoffs, of course, Kane and Gagne. However, Justin Donati now starting to creep up. Nick Foligno right behind him. And then you got brother Tyler Donati with 1 point in behind Justin at this point in the 2007 playoffs.
And it was Justin winning that brotherly battle as the Wolves met the Bulls in the round previous to this. Neal makes a nice pass to Brophy, and the Chicago signee will move it to the blue line. Just inside the blue line, Brophy has Ward calling for it. Will send it down low. One-time shot by Neal into the chest of Dam. It's still loose as they bang away at it, and a number of players get tied up towards the side of the goal.
Well, this is great puck movement by the Plymouth Whalers as they get the Sudbury Wolves collapsing down, and they find 2 seams on them. One high in the slot right here as Brophy finds Sestito, and then Sestito in turn finds Neal. Neal gets the shot away quickly. They try to get Sebastian Dam moving, but Dam takes away the bottom of the net awfully well as he gets those pads down. The puck comes loose, however, Dam on top of it in the crease.
Ward will go to one knee to keep this puck in. Brophy at the top of the faceoff circle moves it down low, however not low enough for Neal. Back up to the point for Ward. Cross to Brophy at the high slot. Ward again calling for the puck. He'll go cross ice to Cunningham. Down low into the middle. Sestito takes a whack at it, but it doesn't find the goal. It's moved sharply off the boards, but Brophy keeps it in. Now Ward finds a one-timer's pad saved by Dam. Cunningham, as the Whalers keep the puck in. Neal moves it to Brophy. Low on the sideboards. Brophy to the perimeter. Ward one-timer again, and Dam in great position will follow the puck into his pads.
Well, Sebastian Dam looks awful cool making that last save, as this is the first sustained pressure the Plymouth Whalers have had in the Sudbury Wolves zone in this period. 9:38 to go in the second period. 27 seconds left in the penalty to Andrew Self. Plymouth Whalers remain with the man advantage.
Ryder trying to find the puck in his skates. Cunningham with the one-timer. Deflected, saved by Dam as O'Connor got a stick on it. Fournier trying to find the puck in the slot. Actually did get it by Donati, who appeared to have intercepted it. Foligno this time will send it down, and Self will rise in the penalty box as he only has 5 seconds left. The Whalers trying to come up with one more rush. McGinnis moves it up to O'Connor. Self steps onto the ice, 5-on-5. Back into the slot. O'Connor gets a half shot away, but Dam is there to make the save.
Well, Andrew Fournier, the Plymouth Whalers, he's one of the leaders on this hockey club, and that came through in spades in that London series in particular, as Fournier tries to find O'Connor going to the net. And again, the Plymouth Whalers are trying to pick a seam high in the slot on the Sudbury Wolves. Possibly as this series is worn on, they're finding the Wolves backing up, and they do get that seam high in the slot.
The Wolves have a 1-goal lead. It is 1-0 here with 9:06 left in the second period. The goal came in the second period off of the stick of Donati. Here in game 6, Lusnak, a key player in getting the game tied in game 5 for the Wolves, moves it off the wall. Terry will send it back in for the Whalers. Sestito chases that one down, sends it out in front. McQuaid in perfect position to send that one away, and what a great play by the Columbus pick there. Lusnak into the middle, blocker saved by Neuver. Friesen moves it to Crouch. Terry keeping the puck in for the Whalers, trying to regain possession in their own zone. They'll wait for a face-off as it's tied up along the near side boards.
Well, we talk about both these hockey clubs being very big hockey clubs. Whiteley just skates out of your screen there. He's one of 5 Plymouth Whalers that are 6'4" or taller. And the Sudbury Wolves can match them with physical play. Akeem Alou and Jared Bowl have had something going on all night long. That's probably a hangover from games 1 through 5 with these two players.
Certainly Alou and Bowl starting to become very familiar with each other, as they've had it out on that one-on-one battle all series long. Ward back behind his own goal. Cunningham looking for the long headman pass for Neal. Play continues into the Sudbury zone. Neal spins and passes out front. Dam may have got a piece of that as he does the splits. Brophy turns and fires. Blocked in front. Picks up his own rebound off the shin pad. Ward sends one on goal. That one is wide. O'Connor tried to tip it down. Play continues in the corner to the right of Sebastian Dam. Stahl is digging in there. O'Connor hangs on to that puck, sends it down low. Neal trying to help his teammate out. O'Connor came free with it for a moment, then Foligno was able to send it down. And how many times have we seen Dam move post to post in the splits position and stop the puck? Neal gets tripped up by Stahl, gets back to his feet, fires one, and that one is wide of the blocker's side. Ward up over the red line, sends it back in as Plymouth trying to keep the pressure on. They're down by 1 in a hockey game that certainly trying to win to prevent the series from going any longer. Didiomedi from his own zone moves it to Donati. Nice tip pass to himself, and will send it into the Whalers zone with a backhander off the glass. Foligno picks that one up. He will send it down low for Didiomedi. Play is held up along the side boards. Foligno digs it free, sends it right back to where it came from, and once again they battle in that corner. Back to the point for McCullough, just inside the blue line. Miller lets one go, deflected into the slot, and the Whalers will pick it up from there. Collins moves it past Miller, but the strong skating defenseman will catch up to it before Collins could beat him. Shepley off his skate, moves it to Collins into the neutral zone, and Fournier will swat at it and get it inside the Sudbury zone from there. 6:30 left in the second period. The Wolves own a 1-0 lead as that one is dumped into the right of Dan. Sestito sends one cross crease, but so sharply no one can get a stick on it. Whiteley fires one to the goal, and Dam gets his glove up in time.
Well, Tom Sestito right in front of the net, right in front of Sebastian Dam. He just wants to let him know that he's not going to get a very good look at any shots that are coming through to him as Sestito works his way to the front of the net on the Whiteley shot right there, and right at the tail end you can see he just stands there in front of Dam just to send a message.
Terry with Bowl to his left, Sestito to his right, wins the draw, but Friesen is able to get a stick on it. Sestito keeps the puck in for the Whalers behind the goal. He'll cross with Bowl, but the puck sits there, and now the Wolves will come out with Lusnak along with Alou. Lusnak, Alou skating to the goal. He finds him in the slot. There's a chance for Friesen as he's hauled down from behind, and a penalty coming on that offensive chance.
Well, the Sudbury Wolves will get a power play opportunity as Gary Friesen was going hard to the net right here as Akeem Alou finds him down low. Tom Sestito gives him the cross check just before the puck gets on the end of his stick. Up goes referee Mark Hick's arm. Into the box steps Tom Sestito. So the Sudbury Wolves, with their 4th power play opportunity in this hockey game, they've been 0 for 3 on the first 3 opportunities.
Belmore sends one around the boards, not strong enough to get out. Now it does trickle outside of the Plymouth zone. DeVersa pokes it to Foligno, who sends it in. Neuver couldn't stop that one outside of his net. Self trying to come down with a puck, but the Whalers do, and O'Connor will, rather McCann will get it down onto the stick of Dam. DeVersa behind his own goal will take a look and then move it to his left for Foligno. Nick Foligno has Donati with him. In back behind the goal, sends it to the point. Mark Stahl, DeVersa, one-timer. That one didn't miss by much. The rebound, and Neuver makes a good save to get back in time as it came hard off the boards and right back out into traffic. Fournier drops for Collins on the penalty-killing effort. Stahl intercepts that and turns it back the other way. Donati along with Foligno and Self. Self takes the pass from Donati and was a step ahead of it. Back to the point, Stahl fakes the shot, goes down low. Donati out in front, and Foligno had his stick tied up. Stahl to DeVersa, to Donati, and he had that one go off the heel of his stick. 47 seconds left in the Sudbury power play. Foligno picks it up in the corner, moves it to DeVersa. He'll take a moment, then send it to Stahl. Orchestrating the power play. Slapper comes through, deflected in front, as the Whalers able to get a stick on it before it reaches the goal. They will send it down, and Dam will tee that one up for Stahl, who sends it hard around the board, spotting Baker on that left side. He moves it to the middle. Cunningham almost lost it, and now it would allow Baker to skate in. Didiometti digs it out of the skates, comes it back with the wraparound, and it's swatted at by Diaz, but the paddle is well down for Neuver.
Well, Justin Donati leads the team with 27 points. He was a very nice pickup at the trade deadline from the St. Michael's Majors. And I talked to Mike Foligno just before the hockey game tonight, and I asked him if size was a factor with Donati in this series, particularly with Plymouth being as big as they are. And he said Justin Donati will fight through that.
Certainly has fought through types of injuries in this season. And both brothers give them a lot of credit for their work in the Ontario Hockey League, as they are both veterans. And coming out of the box is Sestito with Ryder. Ryder cuts to the front of the goal and lets a shot go into the butterfly of Neuver as the Whalers get things going.
Sebastian Dam has been awfully cool back there this evening in the Sudbury goal. And again, you talk about a trade pickup that's proved to be very good for the Sudbury Wolves. Dam comes over from the Sarnia Sting earlier this year, and he takes them on a long playoff run here in 2007.
And a goaltender that has perhaps flown under the radar a little bit in terms of being traded and where he might end up, but a great job by the staff of the Sudbury Wolves to spot him, and he's worked out to be a beauty as he makes another stop there.
Now, one of the major differences that I've noticed in the Sudbury Wolves, and we followed the entire London Knights series against the Plymouth Whalers, is size. The Sudbury Wolves have the size to match the Plymouth Whalers, so size has not been a factor here in this series. This is the first series where the Plymouth Whalers have lost more than one game in the 2007 playoffs.
Sudbury with only 2 players in the current lineup. Never mind the scratches. 2 players on the ice right now that are listed under the 6-foot mark. Self battling in along with Stahl, Foligno, and the fans behind him looking for a penalty, but won't find one with 3:18 left in the second period. O'Connor can't win the battle, and it's sent right into Neuver. Shepley moves it off the boards. That long pass will not connect and will result in an icing call.
Well, James Neal, he had the pleasure of helping to draft his younger brother Tom from the Clarington Toros. In the second intermission, we'll have Wolves forward Justin Donati, and then stay with us. We'll have several hot topics with regards to the inside the O.
And of course, Mr. Neal will be involved in one of those topics, but you'll have to wait to find out what it's about. Lusnak battling in behind the goal line in the Plymouth zone. The Whalers skate away with it. Bull pokes it ahead. Terry will give chase in the other end. Bull has it come to him. Alou crashes in there with Bull, and that battle continues to heat up. Bull, sharp angle shot. No, rather, Dam had the angle played and made a good save. Lusnak out of the neutral zone. Has Friesen with him. Lusnak fights off the check of Ward. Still has the puck. Lusnak cycling with it. Moves it to the point. And that high pass is over the stick of Miller. Neutral zone once again. Friesen trying to send it right back in. Does get it deep. Ward, however, will beat Lusnak this time. Leaves it there, though, for his defenseman McGinnis. But Friesen is to the puck first for the Wolves. Friesen taking all kinds of abuse from McGinnis, who follows up with another hit away from the play, and the officials let that go. Terry from the outside puts on the brakes, and Stahl is there to send it the other way. Didier-Medi down the left-hand side, slapper wide of the left pad side, as he had some room but had to rush the shot after the Whalers caught up. Nice defensive play by McQuaid. Fournier spins and fires, and that one got away from Collins, who picks it up now. He tries to return the favor for Fournier. Drops it for Belmore. Rister comes through. That one doesn't reach Dam. And with 1:30 left in the second period, we go end-to-end yet again here. Both teams trying to work the offense. McQuaid loses the puck. Sestito finds it behind the goal, comes around with it, but the shot is blocked by Stahl. That one is blocked, and Fournier sent to the ice sharply by McQuaid. Another Whaler is down. Sestito out in front and saved by Dam. And a great save as he picks it up through traffic. And there will be a late call in the second period.
Well, Mark Stahl is going to go here. He'll go 2 minutes on the interference as Tom Sestito gets into the blue paint right in front of the net. Mark Stahl goes over. That's not the call there. That's the call, the one in behind the first one, as Mark Stahl puts his arm up, and the Plymouth Whalers get 2 shots on goal before Stahl gets back into the play. He argues the call. However, Sean Reed emphatic on the call. Stahl steps into the box, and the Plymouth Whalers will get their 4th power play opportunity here in this contest. 1:07 to go in the second period. Shots on goal read 25 apiece.
Brophy wins the draw. Neal keeps it in. Miller's over him, so they will dump it into Bull. He thought Neal was going to hold the wall position as Foligno sends it off the score clock. And as the final minute ticks away, we'll have a face-off in the Sudbury zone.
Well, Justin Donati, our second intermission guest on the last penalty kill. Him and Nick Foligno had 2 scoring opportunities against the Plymouth Whalers, so penalty kill has been a factor in the 2007 playoffs.
Back to the point. Brophy tips it there for Ward. Back to Brophy at the top of the face-off circle. Down low now go the Whalers. Neal had to corral that puck in. Brophy back down low to Neal. Out in front, and that one was deflected away. Ward off the wall. 41 seconds left. They dive to keep it in front. Brophy trying to pick up a loose puck. It scrambled there for a moment as no player could get a stick on it. The Whalers keep it in. Brophy at the point sends it down low for Neal. Back to Brophy. He fires one on goal. Pad saved by Dam. A good one as he saw it all the way in. No traffic in front, and now they will send it down with 18 seconds left. in the period. Ward, time for one last rush perhaps for the Plymouth Whalers. Finds Sestito. He'll have to move it quickly. Goes into the zone by himself. Takes a hook from Didiometti. And before the period is out, another Sudbury call.
Well, Devin Didiometti, he reaches in as Tom Sestito has drawn his second penalty against the Sudbury Wolves in the last minute. Right there, Didiometti pulls a can opener underneath the arm of Tom Sestito, and the Plymouth Whalers now have a golden opportunity with 5.6 seconds to go with a two-man advantage.
Ryder wins the shot back to the point. Collins' wrister stopped by Dam as the period expires on a great save by Sebastian Dam. And the Wolves hang on to a one-goal lead. It is 1-0 in Game 6 after 2 periods. Stay with us on the OHL Action Pack. Intermission coverage coming right up.
And welcome back to the second intermission of OHL PrimeTime, where the Sudbury Wolves lead the Plymouth Whalers 1-0. And joining us now is the goal scorer forward for Sudbury, Justin Donati. And Justin, you guys are coming out hard tonight in a must-win situation. Your thoughts after 2 periods of play?
Well, we realized our backs were against the wall, and I don't know, we just wanted to come out strong and kind of use the fans to make us more enthusiastic and more competitive out there. So I think we played well in the first 2 periods, and going into the third, we got a big kill, but hopefully we can get that and then move forward.
Now, you've scored some key goals in this playoff run. You got the goal tonight. Maybe you can talk us through a little bit, and maybe not the prettiest goal in the world, but talk us through how this one went in tonight.
I actually have no idea. I was parked in front, and I guess it was just a broken play, and Selfie threw it at the net, and it just came right on my stick. So.
And there we see it there, and you know, it was a key goal because in the first minute of the situation of a period there, you could sort of feel the momentum pick up in the building, and this town has really caught Wolves fever. And you know, what is the impact that your fan base here and playing at home has for you guys?
Oh, it's been unbelievable all playoffs. It's basically like playing with a 7th man out there, and they've been inspirational, and it's been great playing behind them.
Now this is, like we said, it was a good playoff run for you so far. Really elevated your game. What do you think's been the key to your success?
I don't know. I think it's a team game, so I think all my line mates and whoever I'm out there with, deep pairing, have been unbelievable and basically setting me up whenever they get a chance to. So the big key is my line mates and work ethic.
And what do you guys have to do here to hang on in the third?
More of the same. Just stick to our system, kind of get away from playing their game, and well, we got a big 5-on-3 kill coming up in the third, so hopefully we can get that done, and that'll be the key to our success.
Anyone you want to say hi to today?
Actually, all the mothers in the stands tonight. Happy Mother's Day.
Thanks a lot. Good luck the rest
all
of the
right,
day.
thank you.
We'll be back with more of the second intermission when OHL Primetime continues right here on the OHL Rogers Action Pack. And welcome back to the second intermission with our Inside the O edition. And this week recently, joining me now will be Jon Abbott, Rick Doyle, and the OHL just recently announced the first team All-Star of the OHL. And when we go down that list, it's some pretty impressive talent there, gentlemen. We look at John Tavares from the Oshawa Generals, James Neal, the Plymouth Whalers, Patrick Kane from the London Knights, Mark Stahl right here in Sudbury. We have Drew Doughty from Guelph, Steve Mason, the goaltender of the year. And, you know, guys, you look at this, and it's some very good prospect hockey here, Rick.
Well, you start with a guy that we know extremely well in Patrick Kane. And Patrick Kane with 145 points this season as a rookie. He led the league in scoring. 62 of those were goals. Patrick Kane is projected to be the first overall pick at this year's NHL entry draft.
Well, how about a teammate of his? You mentioned it correctly, Trevor, the OHL goaltender of the year. How about Steve Mason? Certainly setting a single season record for most wins. That's 45 on the season, eclipsing the one sent by his teammate last season. Adam Dennis had a phenomenal year for the London Knights, getting them all the way to the conference finals versus the Plymouth Whalers. And he, in fact, appeared in 17 games where he had 40 or more shots, won 12 of those 40 save performances.
And I think a little bit of redemption for him because there's, you know, some talk. He kind of got the snub at the All-Star game, but, you know, down the stretch proving his worth. And then we look at the other players. I mean, John Tavares, I talked to David Branch. I mean, what a storyline that is. I mean, anytime you can beat a record of Wayne Gretzky, I mean, you're doing something right.
Well, there's no doubt anytime you can beat a record of Wayne Gretzky. He beats Wayne Gretzky's record by 2 goals. Gretzky scored 70 goals in the 77-78 season as a 16-year-old. And, of course, John Tavares in his second season of OHL competition breaks that record with 72 goals.
And how about the gentleman playing in this evening's game, James Neal, the Whitby native, drafted by the Dallas Stars, certainly looking to become an NHL regular after this season, maybe even as soon as that, but set a career points record this season with 65 points in the regular season, and has come to full force in the playoffs throughout the rounds here all the way to the OHL final. What a great player in James Neal of Whitby.
Well, then you have to come back to Mark Stahl, and we saw Mark Stahl in here tonight. He's showing why he won the Max Kaminsky Trophy as the league's outstanding defenseman. Of course, Mark Stahl wins a gold medal with the Canadian junior team for the past 2 seasons. And then you go to London native Drew Doughty, the Guelph Storm player. He was one of 4 players from the back end that recorded 20 or more goals this season. And of course, Drew Doughty, only 17 years old. He's projected to be the #1 overall pick at the 2008 NHL entry draft.
Absolutely, and he'll be an exciting player to watch as develop. And another, not a player, but a coach, Mike Vellucci, getting the first team All-Star here, worth noting as well. And there we take a look at Craig Gosselin, who gets the Executive of the Year for managing the Saginaw Spirit. And I know, John, one of the main things he got attention for was, of all things, their mascot.
Well, certainly perhaps not a regular theme to have when mentioning the commissioner of the, or rather the general manager of the year, but Stiegel Kobeagle the Eagle, as he is aptly named the Eagle mascot in Saginaw, and that was created by Gosselin, and it appeared on Stephen Colbert's The Colbert Report on Comedy Central show, a regular show on the cable network, and it included a regular weekly OHL update covering the teams that would come into Saginaw each week. So a great promotion for the league, got really Saginaw Spirit's name out across the United States, and a bit of a funny twist on that one for Gosselin, but a great move there.
Oh, some of the other things that Craig Gosselin was involved with this year. He raised $1.5 million in corporate sales for the Saginaw Spirit. He sold 2,600 season tickets for the Saginaw Spirit. He ran the OHL All-Star Classic down there, a 2-day event. This is the first year it's been a 2-day event in the league history, and certainly Gosselin, the only back-to-back winner of this award since Jim Rutherford did it in 1992 and 1993. So congratulations to Craig Gosselin and the Saginaw Spirit.
And we'll be back with more of the second intermission when OHL Primetime continues right here on Rogers OHL Action Pack. And welcome back to the second intermission of OHL Primetime, where the Sudbury Wolves leave the Plymouth Whalers 1-0 after 2 periods of play. And we talk about the storyline of the game. And the 4th win is always the toughest win in a series. And Sudbury has first time they have faced elimination, and they come out strong tonight, looking like they want to win. If Plymouth wins, it'll be their first trip to the Memorial Cup in 12 years. But Sudbury is 8-1-0 when leading after 2 periods of play. And the team that has led after the second period wins 78% of the time. Now we look about the play of the period. Obviously, the goal right off in the first minute, Justin Donati. Not the prettiest goal you'll ever see, but good goal scorers seem to be in the right place at the right time. Standing in front of the net, puck comes to him, making no mistake and burying it in the net. And he's had many big goals and nothing bigger than that one. Justin Donati, 29 seconds into the period from Andrew Self and Nick Foligno. And Sudbury trying very hard to force that Game 7. So if necessary, Game 7 will be back in Plymouth on Tuesday night at the Plymouth CompuServe Sports Arena at 7 o'clock. We'll be back with more of the second intermission on OHL Primetime right after this.
A two-man advantage to start the third period. Sestito cuts into the middle with a nice move. Damn. A quick save off of the draw as Sestito cuts to the middle.
Well, that play took 7 seconds off the clock. However, we do get a face-off deep in the zone as Justin Donati gets the tap in, the lone goal in this hockey game. And they don't come much easier than that. It has been very physical in here this entire series. However, both goaltenders have stood up to the play.
Neal, shot from the slot, scores! They finally put one by Sebastian Dam, and the Whalers strike on the power play to tie the game.
Well, Justin Donati scores 29 seconds into period 2, and James Neal records the equalizer here in period 3, 18 seconds into this period. As the Plymouth Whalers have drawn even, that's a deflection right in front of the goaltender, and that's what you need, traffic down in low. As James Neal takes the shot, and I believe that goal is going to go to Tom Sestito. That's the first goal that Sestito has recorded in this series.
11th possibly of the playoffs. We'll wait for the official call. However, it takes one penalty off the board, and the Whalers do strike on the power play. They remain on one as Didiomedi continues to sit for another 117 or less. Play back behind the goal. Sestito knocks it down loose in front. Dam gets the skate on it to kick it out. And Neuber will settle it down there for Ward. Ward with Terry down the left wing, will fire it behind Dam. Neal parks himself at the corner, but has it tapped past the Plymouth forward. Back to the Plymouth zone. McGinnis to the neutral zone. Neal deking around the check of Alou. Neal down the left-hand side has Sestito cutting towards the goal. Chooses to go around Diversa. Stahl now giving a helping hand. Brophy, as players get tied up, the play comes to a halt with 35 seconds showing on the Plymouth power play.
And I believe James Neal is going to step into the box as he'll go 2 minutes on the hold on this play, and it'll be holding the stick, as indeed it is James Neal making his way to the box. As Neal comes together there with Diversa in behind the net, he grabs his stick on the way by, so Diversa can't play the puck. So we'll have some 4-on-4 hockey as there's 35 seconds left in the Diomedi penalty from Sudbury.
Played back to McQuaid. In tight quarters, he moves it to McCullough, who sends it in to the Plymouth zone. Ryder picks it up along the near side boards. Moves it to his defenseman in Belmore, who tries to find Collins, but it's too far for him. And will slide the length of the ice and bring it back for an icing call.
Well, Dan Collins, the overtime hero of Game 5, is one of 6 players in the Plymouth lineup to record 8 or more goals in the postseason. The Whalers have been winning based on team offense. They score by committee, this team.
The Whalers seem to find a way to get back into hockey games if they are not leading them. And that is a large reason why they continue to hang around in the playoffs as they lead the series, trying not to send it back to Plymouth for a Game 7. Sending it down deep into the Plymouth zone will be the Wolves as they find themselves on a power play. Neal's in the box for another 1 minute, 18 seconds or less. Played back behind the goal of Neuber. Shepley is there to send it to Jenks. He has McCann with him. Jenks and McCann, the tandem on the penalty kill for the Plymouth Whalers. They will not get it into the Sudbury zone, but will tick some time away as McGinnis will hang on to it behind the net of Neuber. Ward sees an opening down the right-hand side, moves it all the way down onto Dam. McCann gives chase. Stahl goes the other way, looking cross ice. He'll find Diversa at that spot, who pokes it ahead for Foligno. However, McGinnis will take the bouncing puck and send it right back down onto Stahl. He'll turn at center, spotting Foligno. His drop pass is a good one. Donati's from the wing gets a weak backhander away, and Neuber was able to slide into position and make the save. Sestito off the boards will calm the waters for the Whalers with just 19 seconds left on the power play to the Sudbury Wolves. Foligno takes the pass, drops it there for Donati. Over the red line, back behind the goal. And the Wolves keep it there for a moment. However, it's broken up. Brophy trying to send Sestito on a rush. He will, and out of the box, back to 5-on-5. As Neal comes out, Sestito fans on that shot attempt. Brophy with an empty goal, stopped by Dam as he slides across and robs the Whalers. Unbelievable save by Dam.
Well, Dam receives warm wishes from the crowd after making a spectacular save here as the Plymouth Whalers put a lot of pressure down low. Dam slides across, making a rather athletic save right here. And then the second one as Neal tries to put it up over top. Dam gets it caught in between his legs, put a glove over top of it. As Sebastian Dam has certainly been the story of this playoff run for the Sudbury Wolves.
What a save by Dam to keep this at a tied hockey game in Game 6. Alou gets rubbed out but dropped for Lusnak. Cuts to the net, paddle down save by Neuver. Miller gets tied up with the linesman, sends it towards the goal, and Neuver makes that glove save look easy, tracking it into the mid.
Neuver gets a well-deserved stoppage in play as Akeem Alou comes together with his partner, and Alou will be ushered off into the penalty box as Alou received a 10-minute misconduct the last game, and it's him and Ryan McGinnis that came together just inside the slot. It looks as though Alou is not going to receive a penalty. However, he now steps out of the penalty box as he gets Sean Reed directing him back to the bench. No penalties called on the play now. A 1-1 score, 16-15 to go in the hockey game. Shots on goal read 28-25 in favor of the Sudbury Wolves on the shot clock inside the building.
And that's the fine line Alou continues to border, and that's controlling his temper, certainly giving his team a boost, but cannot take it too far. Fortunate not to draw a penalty there as the officials let him go. And over the blue line, Ryder taken out by Miller. Didio Medi tries to get the puck, but he's 2-on-1 with Donati and Diaz. Nice stop there by the Plymouth defenseman to take away the passing lane.
Well, this was a great defensive play by the Plymouth Whalers, and I believe that is Steve Ward that's getting up. As Steve Ward backs up, Kevin Baker tries to get it across to Diaz, and Ward backs right up into the post, but he takes that passing lane away by going down early. Steve Ward, a stalwart on the back end, the Scarborough native has been for the Plymouth Whalers. Definitely the overage captain is getting some looks from NHL teams. He's a free agent.
Saved a goal in game number 4 as he parked himself on the goal line and swatted it out from behind Neuver at just the last second to prevent it from going in. Dam can't get it past Bull, who hugged the glass to keep it in. Lusnak thought about backhanding it away, but will carry it up now to the red line where he meets Friesen. 15.5 left in the third period. We are tied here at Sudbury Arena in game 6, 1 apiece. The Wolves and the Whalers. Dam moves it behind him. Good play there to find Lusnak. Tipped out a play by Bull.
And Lusnak will be called on this play as he puts it up over the glass. It does not touch a Plymouth Whaler on the way over. Lusnak will step into the box. The Plymouth Whalers will get a delay of game penalty here as the Plymouth Whalers have outscored the Sudbury Wolves in the third period of this series, 9-6. You can count that 9th goal was the one they scored 18 seconds into this third period.
Neal to the slot, stopped by Dam. Brophy picks up the rebound. Ward has his one-timer caught, sends it down into Neal, who had to track it high up in the air. Came down for Neal as well. Into the slot, Neal again, stopped by Dam as he came well out, realizing All other passing routes had been taken away, and he cut down the angle nicely. Neal again in the hunt for that puck, and certainly James Neal putting on a show as he picks it up again. The save by Dam, and a rebound stop off the stick of Collins as Neal allowed to skate freely into the slot area in the Sudbury zone. Diversa will spin and take his time now as the Wolves try and kill off some precious seconds. 1 minute left in the power play. Foligno, nice sidestep there to get around his check, and the Wolves take a page out of the Whalers' book, sending it back to the defenseman, who will then send it down into the Plymouth zone. 51 seconds left on the power play. O'Connor into the middle. Ryder backhand pass for Bull. Out to the point for McGinnis. He's in a foot race now with Baker, who trapped him against the boards, but McGinnis kept the puck in front of him. Terry on the far side takes it out of the air. Sends it down low for Bull. 29 seconds left in the Plymouth power play. They have their only goal of the hockey game via the power play. Ryder took a high stick, tipped in front, they score! From the corner, Bull feathers one through, and it's a 2-1 lead for the Whalers.
Make that 10 third period goals for the Plymouth Whalers as Sean O'Connor gets some traffic down low in front of Sebastian Dam. The puck moves down to the half boards to Bull. Bull just directs it on net. O'Connor gets a stick on it. He puts it in the 5-hole on Sebastian Dam as a penalty goes up on the clock to Mark Stahl. He'll step in the box for 2 minutes on the slash. It was a delayed penalty call, as you can see, in the 5-hole on Sebastian Dam on that goal. And the Plymouth Whalers now have a 2-1 lead on their second power play goal in this hockey game, and they remain on the power play with Mark Stahl stepping in the box as Sean O'Connor records his 7th of the 2007 playoffs.
So it does appear to be O'Connor, after taking a look at the second look, absolutely right, appeared to get a stick on it, and Stahl will sit down.
Well, Mark Stahl was on a delayed penalty call there, and the Sudbury Wolves were already on the penalty kill, so the goal nullifies the penalty that was up on the clock. Stahl steps in for his 2 minutes.
Ward moves it to Brophy. In over the Sudbury blue line. Neal in the middle. Back to the corner now. Drops it down low for Brophy. Ward is at the point. Will have to settle that puck down. Will not get a shot away. Now he's calling for it. Back down low for Neal. Cross ice pass is intercepted by Miller. Stays on the stick of Sestito though. Neal in there to help. Brophy with the wrist shot. Deflected by the hand of Friesen, who stays on, and he has been a warrior in here tonight for the Sudbury Wolves. Sestito in the corner for Collins. Back to Sestito. Backhand try, almost squirted out to Neal, parked at the side of the goal. Brophy. Neal. Cross ice to Collins. As the Whalers set up shop in the Sudbury zone, they will go back now as 1 minute appears on the score clock left in the power play for the Plymouth Whalers. Cunningham from his own zone moves it to Ryder in over the red line. Dekes a check out, moves it to O'Connor, the goal scorer. The most recent one for the Whalers, offside.
Well, Sean O'Connor does get his stick on that puck in front of Sebastian Dam, and both goals there has been traffic in front of the net, and they have been deflections. Those are the 9th and 10th goals that the Plymouth Whalers have recorded in the third period, and it seems to be the third period where they dominate.
Bull sends it in sharply off the glass. It meets O'Connor in the near side boards. Ryder can't catch up to it. However, McCullough can't get it out. Bull now to the far side of the ice in the slot, trying to find O'Connor. That pass is broken up, and it's taken out there by Foligno, who goes 1 versus 3 on the penalty kill. Pays McGinnis a little bit of a slash as he continues his penalty killing forecheck, and Foligno has managed to trap the puck in there for a good 5 seconds. 15 seconds left in the power play. O'Connor lets the wrister go, deflected in front, and right back down onto the stick of Neuvirth goes the puck, and Stahl gets ready to return to the ice. Back to 5-on-5 hockey as Mark steps out of the penalty box. Miller takes a ride from Fournier into the boards. None of them hit the ice, and they stay on their feet to play it once again. Miller this time getting the better of Fournier, moves it to Didiometti. He's taken off the puck there by McCann. And now Didiometti will be forced to regroup. Miller spots Baker at the red line. He'll send it in as the Sudbury Wolves find themselves going from a 1-goal lead to down by 1 in a matter of minutes here in the third period. Terry in the neutral zone has Fournier with him. Terry hangs onto the puck, takes a hit from behind into the boards, and it'll be another penalty. Power play opportunity coming to the Plymouth Whalers.
Well, this is a tough call as McQuaid will step into the box. Chris Terry goes down, and when he turns away, he turns into the boards. McQuaid finishes his check. However, as you can notice, Terry lost the puck there, so that will either be an interference or a boarding call that goes against Adam McQuaid, and the Plymouth Whalers will get their third power play opportunity here in the third period. Their 7th of the hockey game. So far, they've been good on 2 for 6.
Collins moves it to Ward. He sends it down low for Neal, who had a number of great chances in that previous power play opportunity, but it's taken off his stick here by Alou, who dives and gets it out and draws the penalty of his own as Sestito can't quite catch up to Alou.
The referees had to find one on Plymouth because that last call on McQuaid was a little bit questionable. This call right here on Alou is a little bit questionable, but it's all even up. We got 1 minute and 46 seconds left in the McQuaid penalty as Tom Sestito steps in the box for tripping. 10:48 to go here in the hockey game. A 2-1 lead in favor of the Plymouth Whalers.
Brophy to take the draw. He will not be able to win it, but it does head in the Plymouth direction. And McGinnis will take it from behind his own goal. 10.5 left to go in the third period. The Whalers now own a 1-goal lead thanks to back-to-back unanswered goals in the third period. Neal wrists one towards the goal, deflected wide. Diversa sends it back for Stahl. Plymouth Whaler tripped inside the Sudbury zone. Play continues. Stahl takes a nice whack by Brophy, but has the puck on his stick and remains that way inside the Plymouth zone. Still hangs on to it, does Stahl. Now he sends it down deeper for Diaz. He battles with Ward, and Ward will sidestep the check of Baker before passing it off to McGinnis. He cuts to the middle, finds Brophy, who has to take it out of his equipment, settle it down, and will come out with it now. Plymouth on a line change. Brophy fires one into the glove of Dam. And the Sudbury Wolves will slow it down a little bit on this breakout. Diversa, cross ice to Foligno, popping that one ahead. Foligno knocks it down and couldn't find the handle at the last moment as Foligno put on a display of stick work. Diversa on the near side boards, loses it, and will have to skate back now as Ryder is along with Fournier and a 2-on-1. Ryder down the left side, shoots off the goal post as he had that side open. Fournier playing the decoy, and he almost put that one past Dam. Fournier on the other side now has the puck, will not be able to go in on that shift with Ryder as they head to the bench, and a opportunity for the Plymouth Whalers almost follows suit. Foligno sends one in, stopped by Neuberg. Donati picks up the rebound, tries the wraparound, but will hang on to it. He switches positions as McCullough pinches in, and now the Sudbury Wolves on a short power play, 3 seconds to be exact, and Alou will kill the rest of that by staying in his own zone. Sestito's back out of the box. 5-on-5 hockey with 8:40 left in the third period. Foligno backhands this one in. McGinnis tips it ahead for Ward. He lets it go past him to Sestito, who tried to find his man Terry at the red line, but it's broken up by the Wolves. Donati will backhand it in. Long shift for Donati and Foligno. Alou's out in front, can't get the centering pass, but another penalty being called on the play.
Well, the Plymouth Whalers are going to go 2 minutes for slashing on this play as number 10 for the Plymouth Whalers steps into the box, and that's Ryan McGinnis as he comes back with a slash right here. on Nick Foligno as Foligno tries to get that puck out in front of the net. Mark Hicks' hand goes up immediately. The Sudbury Wolves now have a golden opportunity in this hockey game with their 6th power play opportunity. They've been 0 for 5 so far tonight, and on the series they've been good on 5 for 30.
Back at the point for Stahl, looking for that shot to go through, can't find an open lane. Now we'll have to retreat as McCann almost picks him off. Playing the neutral zone, DeVersa will send it in. Neuver knocks it down, wanted to shoot it, will have to get back in his goal as Baker turns it over for the Wolves back behind his net. Loose snap. And Selp keeps it in nicely at the blue line as DeVersa was caught down deep. However, they are not able to save it twice. And Dam will corral it back in his own end for Stahl. At their own blue line, the Wolves come up. Pass intercepted at the red line. Nice foot play by Baker to kick it from his skate to his stick. He comes in with it now, lets the wrist shot go into the glove of Neuver, who saw it all the way with 7:30 left in the third period.
Well, you know that anything that comes within the grasp of Neuver is going to be grabbed and a whistle is going to be blown. And the good news for the Sudbury Wolves is they get the opportunity now to put out their #1 power play unit with 1 minute and 14 seconds left in the penalty to McGinnis. The Wolves have now called a timeout as they try to design a play for their power play as Daniel Ryder takes a well-deserved break at the bench. He's had 17 points in postseason play, 1 goal and 5 assists against the Sudbury Wolves, 33 points in 28 games this season. He won the Gretzky 99 award last year as the OHL Most Valuable Player in the playoffs when he played for the OHL champion Peterborough Petes.
Trying to guide his squad now, the Plymouth Whalers, to their first Ontario Hockey League championship under that name. They did it back in 1995 as the Detroit Junior Red Wings. As we take a look at Mike Foligno.
Head coach Mike Foligno, no give up in this man as he proved through his 15+ seasons of NHL competition. He's a former Sudbury Wolf, now the head coach, as he designed a play for his players on this.
Foligno wins the draw. Stahl keeps it in. DeVersa at the near side point. Back to Stahl. Fakes the shot. Goes cross ice. Donati. Stahl finds it down low for Foligno. Now back to Stahl. Shoots. Deflected in front. DeVersa can't find it. Donati has a chance to keep it in. DeVersa will, though. Cross ice pass. Foligno has to leave his spot at the boards to save it. And Didiometti moves it down low. Donati wins the battle out in front. Didiometti, they crash and bang, but they can't get it towards the front of Neuver. And Cunningham tries to relieve the pressure. However, the Wolves keep it in. Ryder from his knees trying to move that puck out. In desperation, the Whalers get it out with 34 seconds left in the Sudbury power play. DeVersa loses it in his skates and then made a nice recovery. Otherwise, it would have been a 2-on-1 the other way. Donati sets up at the face-off circle. DeVersa all alone. Wrister doesn't get through on a blocked shot. Foligno in the slot. Scores! Nick Foligno ties the game for Sudbury.
Well, Nick Foligno, the recipient of a friendly bounce as Joe McCann goes down, makes a beautiful shot block. And it goes right to Nick Foligno. He finds the 5-hole on Michael Neuver coming through the slot as Foligno gets the shot through legs and sticks to tie this game at 2-2 with 6:35 to go here in the third period. And they have the 6,000 plus in the stands on their feet waving their towel as Foligno records his 12th goal of the playoffs.
And what a great series this has been, and does it get any better than this in Game 6? The Wolves able to tie things up, 6:26 left in the third period. O'Connor almost had it intercepted by Lusnak, and you can barely hear the play develop now as the Wolves fans have come back to life. Neal trying to silence them yet again, sends it towards the goal, takes a funny hop, and Miller cannot get it out. Ward lets a shot go. That also takes a bounce. but does not make its way to Dam. Lucenack just trying to clear. Meets Neal, who stands him up. O'Connor sends it behind the goal. McQuaid will not be able to get it out. Cunningham saves it at the line, but Alou will get it out for the Sudbury Wolves as they announce the goal in Sudbury. Cunningham sends it in. The cheers for Nick Foligno erupt from the Sudbury Arena. Alou continues the play back behind the icing line. Diversa picks up an assist, and believed to be the only assist on this one. Cunningham feathers one through. That one almost to the goal of Dan, but just wide. Cunningham will go to the bench now as the Whalers change up their defensive pairing. Shepley is out. Terry sidesteps a check, gets it to Sestito, who overskates it. Sent to the goal, and Dam is there to make the save.
Well, Chris Terry enters tonight's contest after recording 2 points in each of the past 2 games. Terry was Plymouth's second-round selection in 2005. He is yet to record a point in this game, so that 2-game point-scoring streak on the line with 5:06 to go here in the third.
Quick shot off the draw, stopped by Dam as Belmore let one rip.
Well, Sebastian Dam has been a very, very cool customer in here in the third period. He goes down 2-1. However, in the last 2 shots, no rebounds.
Donati also picking up an assist on that Foligno goal to go with Diversa. Didiumetti turns it over out in front of the Plymouth goal, but a Whaler was there in time to stop it from going onto a Wolves stick. Collins in over the blue line. A step ahead is Fournier on the other side.
Mark Stahl leads all OHL defensemen this postseason with 20 points on the strength of 5 goals. Stahl was awarded the Max Kaminsky Trophy as the OHL's most outstanding defenseman this year, and he's a first-round selection of the New York Rangers. He'll join brothers Eric, who plays with Carolina, and Justin, who plays in Pittsburgh. Justin Donati, Jordan Stahl.
Justin Donati did touch the puck to send it into the Plymouth zone, and it'll come back as a result of the icing, and certainly tough to gather the thoughts here as the fans on their feet in Sudbury. Brophy leans in to take the draw. Stahl from behind the goal of Dam moves it up. Donati could not get it out. Brophy takes a bit of a whack there, but moves it in for the Whalers. Self is on the far side. He gets it tied up with the linesman as he tries to send it out to the red line. And here come the Whalers. That slap shot breaks the stick of Neal, who has to go to the bench, and it's caught up now with Self, followed closely by Foligno. Self dumps it in, back behind the goal of Neuver. Ward, the captain for the Whalers, goes to the ice as Self sends him there. Foligno takes a run at a player, and Foligno came into contact with a Plymouth Whaler who possibly got their stick up on the play.
Well, this is starting to get nasty in here as Tom Sestito and Mark Stahl come together at center ice. Nick Foligno took a stick in the face, and I believe it was Evan Brophy's stick that came up on Foligno at the tail end of this play right here as Foligno goes back for the puck. Self takes out Ward on this play. Ward stays down for a moment right there, and then Foligno comes across. He ends up getting the stick in the head from Evan Brophy, so he'll go 2 minutes on the high stick. We have 4:02 remaining in the third period as Nick Foligno receives some attention from the training staff of the Sudbury Wolves. And here's a key opportunity for the Wolves with the fans into this hockey game. You see right there Evan Brophy in the box, the Chicago Blackhawk draft pick, as Mike Vellucci stands on the bench. He's incredulous with regards to the fact that the Sudbury Wolves do not have a man in the box as well. However, the Wolves will get their 7th power play opportunity here of the evening. They were good on their last one. Nick Foligno ties the game up at 2-2. Their 7th opportunity so far. They've been good on 1 for 6.
Foligno and Donati have the goals for the Wolves. Sestito and O'Connor counter for the Whalers. The Wolves trying to get one more on the power play here with under 4 minutes left in the third. We're tied at 2. Stahl from just inside the Plymouth blue line moves it deeper to the top of the face-off circle. Back to Stahl, now to Baker. Down low for Didiometti. Puck goes behind him, and the Whalers try and get it out. They can't get it past Baker on the glass, though. Stahl fakes the shot, has Fournier covering him high. Lets it go. That one almost deflected into the glove side of Neuver. Stahl again. Donati, rather Diaz with the one-timer. And that one doesn't find its mark, and into the boards heavily is Sestito, and again some physical play erupts.
Well, with as much as there is on the line, you can count on the fact that there's going to be scrums for the end of this hockey game. And ladies and gentlemen, this is coaching right here as Mike Foligno gives Akim Aliu an earful with regards to how to play the game. That's an NHL veteran advising a junior that wants to get there on what he has to do to get there, and he's telling him, you got to stay on the ice and play the game, son.
Especially this deep in the playoffs, as Neuver keeps that one in play, and a wise choice as Collins is able to get it down the ice. Saw he had some time and a player in front of him. And 1:15 is left in the power play. Self overskates this. Shepley will get a chance to clear. He does so, just missing the Sudbury bench, and Dan will settle it down once again. 3:05 left in the third period. Tied at 2 here in Game 6 of the Rogers OHL Finals. Sudbury on a power play, but the Whalers doing their best to kill it off. That one hops by Dam. He's in a foot race with Sestito, who picks it free. Dam has it tied up in his equipment, and it just squirted out of harm's way, and Foligno back the other way for the Wolves. Able to deke out his man Belmore, but couldn't stay with the puck. Fournier now has it. Stahl keeps it in. Foligno behind the goal line. Donati parked out in front. 34 seconds left in the power play. Foligno is picked off by Fournier. It collides heavily with Stahl. The puck stays in as Foligno goes to the ice again with Sestito, and Belmore will send it high over the blocker of Dan. 19 seconds left in the Sudbury power play. In front of the bench, they turn it over. McCann will send it back in. As the Wolves get their wires crossed on the breakout, Diaz dangerously dangles it in front of his own goal, and that will just about do it for the Sudbury power play as we hit the 2-minute mark in this hockey game. Baker takes a check from Brophy, who's out of the box. McGinnis will have to turn, escape back. Now he'll fire it off the glass. Baker keeps it in, though. Out in front, deflected by Didiometti as he tries to send one towards the goal. It went wide, though. Brophy in the neutral zone. As Bull with him. Brophy cutting towards the goal. Can't get a shot off as Dam hugged the post. Neal spins and fires. Blocked there by McQuaid. He can't dive to get it out. Neal picks off the rebound from McQuaid. Back to the point for Ward. His shot doesn't find the goal. Dam. Ball back behind the Sudbury net. Comes away with it, spins and fires. McQuaid again is there to block the shot, and that is 2 big ones for the Sudbury defenseman, and is now outside the Sudbury zone.
Well, Jared Boll, the Columbus Blue Jackets prospect, enters tonight's contest on a 3-game goal-scoring streak. 2 of Boll's 3 goals in this series have been recorded as power play markers, and he's had an assist in tonight's hockey game, so he extends that streak now to 4 games.
Certainly has been a spark plug for the Plymouth Whalers in Jared Boll. Friesen wins the draw ahead. Shepley is there to gather it for the Whalers. Aliu keeps it out of his own zone. Diversa trying to do the same, but Terry pokes it ahead. Stahl finds his man at the neutral zone with 1 minute left in the third period of Game 6. Tied at 2, the Whalers and the Wolves. The Whalers trying to prevent another home game, and the Wolves trying to make the most of their last here in Sudbury. Ryder in the neutral zone, pokes it ahead for Terry, and offside with 44 seconds left on the score clock.
Well, Jonathan Diversa and Chris Terry come together right at the tail end of the hockey game. And the face-off comes outside. That's a good non-call by both officials in here tonight with 44 seconds left in the hockey game. It's a 2-2 score. I don't know if head coach Mike Foligno could play Mark Stahl any more than he has tonight. Stahl has rarely come off the ice.
certainly has been the leading defenseman for the Sudbury Wolves in many categories, including ice time. 34 seconds left in the hockey game. Shepley back in his own zone for the Whalers, moves it up to Neal with a good pass, who sends it in deep on Dam. He's out of the goal to play it, but finds it to Brophy. Ward, cross ice pass to Shepley, lets it go, deflected. The rebound off the corner, and Neal had a crack at it from a sharp angle. He's got it now, spins in front, cross crease pass with 8 seconds left. The Whalers pressing. They will not be able to get a shot towards the goals. They came into the corner. One more shot. Ward deflected in front. Shepley can't do it. And we are going to overtime for the 3rd time in the Rogers OHL Finals. The Whalers and Wolves tied at 2. We'll be back after this.
And welcome back to our 3rd intermission of OHL Primetime here with Plymouth Whalers and Sudbury Wolves. Are tied at 2, and imagine that. We are headed to overtime in Game 6. This is unbelievable. The fans of Sudbury and the OHL have been treated to some of the greatest hockey you will ever see here in the OHL. And so let's go over what has transpired so far tonight. We will take it back upstairs to our play-by-play and color commentary, Jon Abbott and Rick Doyle, right after the break. And welcome back to our 3rd intermission of OHL Primetime here on Rogers OHL Action Pack. And yes, once again in the OHL Rogers Finals, we are heading to overtime. So let's go upstairs to Jon Abbott and Rick Doyle.
Oh, thank you very much, Trevor. And certainly this is the 3rd time in this Ontario Hockey League final that the teams meet in overtime. The Sudbury Wolves were able to take Game 3 off the stick of Justin Donati. And then it was Dan Collins winning the most recent game prior to this one, Game 5 in overtime in Plymouth.
Well, the one thing that I've noticed in this hockey game is your best players have to be your best players. And Justin Donati, as you can see, as you trace back through the Sudbury Wolves history here, he's recorded 3 overtime winners. And Donati has stepped his game up in here tonight. He's recorded 2 points. Nick Foligno, he stepped his game up in here this evening. He's recorded 2 points. So when they say your best players have to be your best players, they certainly do. James Neal on the other side for the Plymouth Whalers has been awfully good all over the puck, hard on the forecheck, and certainly creating chances for the Plymouth Whalers.
As you can see, Donati's name up there 3 times for the Sudbury Wolves, so certainly will be a marked man on that side, and certainly a number of offensive threats for the Plymouth Whalers as well. The Sudbury Wolves 7-2 in these playoffs in overtime games. Certainly have to look and like their record, but how about the Plymouth Whalers? They are 1-1. The only overtime games they have been in are in this finals. As we take a look at now some head-to-head scoring, well, how about picking some names off of this list? There's a lot of snipers on each side that could get it done for each team.
Well, Donati and Foligno, we mentioned them off the top. Mark Stahl rarely comes off the ice for the Sudbury Wolves. On the other side, Terry has played awfully well in here tonight. Ryder has had a lot of jump. He was the Gretzky 99 winner last year. And certainly Collins has been a tower of power down in front of the net for the Plymouth Whalers. So this should be interesting. 2-2 score heading into overtime. All the marbles on the line.
Well, how about the goaltending matchups as well? We saw Sebastian Dam in Game 5 stopping 77 shots and then losing in overtime. Both goaltenders have been great in this one as well. How much does fatigue play into this role as both of them coming out of an overtime game?
Well, you have to wonder how much fatigue is going to play into Sebastian Dam. This is the 9th overtime game he's played in the 21 starts he's had this season. So certainly he saw a lot of rubber in the OHL playoffs. On the other end, you have Michael Neuver, who saw a lot less rubber. However, he's being tested this series.
Well, we're just moments away from the puck drop in overtime. We'll come back with more third intermission coverage here on the OHL Action Pack on OHL PrimeTime.
And welcome back to our third intermission of OHL Primetime. And once again, we are heading to overtime, pretty much a common theme here. And as we look at the storyline of the game, Plymouth trying to get that fourth win and clinch their OHL championship so they can head off to the Memorial Cup, and Sudbury not dying at all, giving everything they can. Sudbury hasn't faced elimination until this game tonight and doing their best to avoid it. And if Plymouth will win, this will be their first trip to said Memorial Cup in 12 years. And good to note that Sudbury is 8-1-0 when leading after 2 periods. And then the team that leads after the second period wins 78.8 exactly % of the time. And Sudbury is 6-2 in overtime in these playoffs, so you have to like their chances if you're a Sudbury Wolf fan. And we look at our play of the period, without any question, the tying goal. Nick Foligno getting it here. You know, a couple broken plays for goals tonight, but that's what happens in the playoffs. Gets it on net, down low, in the 5-hole. Kind of surprised Neuver. Lots of traffic in front as they've been doing all day long, making the night miserable for him. So that is our play of the period. And we look at the scoring summary of that third. Tom Sestito getting it quick right off the bat, silencing this arena with Evan Brophy and James Neal picking up the assist. And Sean O'Connor with the ever nifty tip off a shot by Jared Bull, and Dan Ryder picking up the assist. And as we said, the play of the period, Nick Foligno being assisted by Jonathan DeVersa there, and all tied up. And as we head to overtime, and you got to look for the big guns to get those goals in overtime. And if Sudbury can get that winner tonight, we will be going back to Game 7 in Plymouth, and that will be Tuesday, 7 p.m. live. We'll be back with more of our overtime intermission right after this.
Well, the Plymouth Whalers have outshot the Sudbury Wolves at this point in the hockey game 36-23, and certainly they've held an edge from the 10-minute mark on in the second period as the Plymouth Whalers press the Sudbury Wolves. However, the Sudbury Wolves come back with 6 minutes and 36 seconds to go in the hockey game on a goal by Nick Foligno to tie it up 2-2 and send it into overtime as the Plymouth Whalers try to punch their ticket to the Memorial Cup, being hosted by the Vancouver Giants this year. The Medicine Hat Tigers are in by way of getting to the final against the Vancouver Giants in the Western Hockey League. And in the Quebec League, the Lewiston Maniacs will join those 3 teams.
Let's take a look at the gentlemen minding the nets in this one as they go to their 3rd game in the series in overtime.
Well, Sebastian Dom let in 2 goals early in this 3rd period. He looked awful cool going down the stretch. Michael Neuver has seen more traffic in this series than he's seen the entire 2007 OHL playoffs, but he's been awfully good as Mike Foligno gives all his players a well-deserved pat on the back. This is the reason you get into a 6th game in a series. A number 6 seed. Foligno has done a tremendous job coaching a number 6 seed into the OHL final against the Plymouth Whalers. Mike Bellucci on the other side, the first all-star team coach, and certainly his credentials are showing through in this series as well.
The Whalers win the face-off in overtime in Game 6, deadlocked at 2. Brophy, cross-ice pass looking for Ryder is no good. Foligno, who got the tying goal for the Wolves, moves it up, but they lose it in the neutral zone. Brophy wanted to send it in deep. Neal had to hold the line. Brophy into the middle, trying to find Ryder once again. He spins and fires a high shot into the chest of Dam. That one comes down. Belmore fires one towards the goal, deflected in front. Justin Donati will clear it out of harm's way. Back onto the stick of Neuver, who plays it. Shepley out of his own zone, long pass to Brophy. And they will call it an onside play as Brophy heads to the bench. Neal giving chase in the corner. Diaz comes away and spots Diometti at the far side. His wrister into the glove of Neuberg. Will hang on for his first shot of the overtime.
Well, the Plymouth Whalers came out early in that third period as James Neal finds Tom Sestito in front of the net on a tip-in, and then it was Jared Bowles' turn. Oh, you have Sebastian Dam making a terrific save there, and then Jared Bowl finds Sean O'Connor for the second goal of the period. And Daniel Ryder had an opportunity there off the post as Nick Foligno ties it up with 6:35 to go in the game.
Play continues in the Plymouth zone. McGinnis moving it to Sestito. That pass is intercepted. Friesen just had to go outside of his reach. McGinnis back to Ward in the Plymouth zone. Deflected up off the stick of Bull. Sestito couldn't catch up to it. Alou on the right-hand side for the Wolves. Alou lets one rip, and that's over the glove side of Neuberg and all the way down to the ice. In the Sudbury zone. Dam sends it up for Miller. Sestito sends it out in front, and Terry couldn't get a stick on it. Belmore from the point sends it towards the goal. Terry's parked out in front. Alou tries to clear, he can't. Shepley throws a wrister towards the goal. It's blocked by Friesen. Other point for Belmore. His shot gets through wide of the blocker side. Shepley stopped by Dam as he covers up down low, and the Whalers get a number of good chances in the Sudbury zone. We've hit the 2-minute mark here in overtime. The first overtime in Game 6. Self takes the puck away from Fournier. He will bank it off the boards for Donati, who made a nice job coming over to the boards to tip it out. And it'll settle itself down back behind the goal of Neuberg. Self keeps it in the Plymouth zone. And now Shepley will come away with it. Diaz keeping it in at the line as he collides with Ryder. Self is there behind him, but they're saying the puck did indeed come out.
Now, the overtime records for both these hockey clubs, the Plymouth Whalers have won 4 and lost 1. The one they lose was to the Sudbury Wolves, and of course the Sudbury Wolves have been on a long overtime streak, if you will, in the 2007 playoffs with a sparkling 6-2 record.
Ward, the captain for the Whalers, back behind his own goal. Comes away with it. Diaz takes a whack at it, but I don't believe he touched it. However, there will be no icing on the play. Dam has it trickle in front of him and uses that goal stick to clear it out of the crease. Ryder has the puck on a string, lets the wrister go, deflected by McQuaid away from Dam. Play in the corner to Dam's right. Baker behind his own goal moves it up to Diometti. Diometti over the blue line. Chips it in ahead and will give chase as he's the lone Sudbury player in that zone. Baker now there to lend a helping hand, but it's too late as Ryder moves it up for Neal. Goes past the Whitby native to Cunningham. O'Connor checks up at the blue line to Brophy with the player in front. Brophy goes around the goal, up front, they score! Neal puts it home, and the Plymouth Whalers are Memorial Cup bound as they are the 2007 Ontario Hockey League champions with Neal's game-winning goal in overtime here in Game 6. And the Sudbury fans paying homage to their Wolves team who gave such a great effort as the Plymouth Whalers and Michael Neuberg celebrate after a fantastic season. The J. Ross Robertson Cup winners are headed to Vancouver.
James Neal, one of the better players in this series, and certainly one of the better players in the 2007 OHL playoffs, ends this series 3 minutes and 3 minutes and 22 seconds into the first overtime period as the Plymouth Whalers eliminate the number 6 seed from the Eastern Conference Sudbury Wolves. On this goal right here, as Evan Brophy, the Chicago prospect, goes in, he curls around the net. Dam gets out of control, a wide open cage for James Neal, as Brophy finds him. The play starts right here with O'Connor reversing the play down the wall as Brophy finds Neal in front of the net. Neal has a wide open cage. He makes no mistake as he puts the 2007 version of the Plymouth Whalers into the Memorial Cup Championship in Vancouver, starting in just over a week.
You can see the celebration on the Plymouth Whalers' faces. And on the opposite side, the defeat of the Sudbury Wolves certainly shown on their faces as well. Sebastian Dam got caught on the fresh ice a little bit, slid out of the play, and James Neal had an open cage. Certainly can't take away anything from the Sudbury Wolves as they have a nice hand from their hometown crowd as they play out their last game at home in 2007. The Plymouth Whalers defeat the Sudbury Wolves by a score of 3-2 in overtime and take a 4-2 series lead as both teams exchange handshakes. You're looking at the overtime hero for the Plymouth Whalers getting his 14th goal with 3:22 on the clock.
Certainly James Neal was a force to be reckoned with tonight. He started to pick up his game about halfway into that second period, and he was all over the puck, particularly on the forecheck tonight. He was turning over an awful lot of pucks down low, and the Sudbury Wolves had a difficult time containing the size and speed of Neal, and then Neal caps it off by putting in the overtime winner to give the Plymouth Whalers the 2007 J. Ross Robertson Trophy as the OHL champion. This young man has nothing to be ashamed of as Sebastian Dam receives a lot of congratulations from the Plymouth Whalers. They realize just what he meant to this Sudbury Wolves team. Mike Bellucci, the head coach of the Plymouth Whalers, gets an opportunity to win a Memorial Cup.
The OHL Coach of the Year will take his squad to Vancouver for the 2007 Memorial Cup, taking on the Medicine Hat Tigers, the Vancouver Giants, and of course the Lewiston Maniacs. And we will have Trevor Prior down on ice level in just a few moments to get some interviews as the fans remain in the Sudbury Arena to salute both the hometown Wolves and the victorious Plymouth Whalers. And certainly fans on both sides have been fantastic as we listen to the 3 stars, O'Connor picking up the 3rd star for the Whalers.
As Akeem Alou with his teammates as he adjusts his skate, and certainly Akeem Alou has a lot to be proud of.
We'll send it down to Trevor with head coach Mike Bellucci of the Plymouth Whalers.
Well, congratulations, Mike. I mean, a heck of a series. You know, this was probably the toughest series you guys had along. Tell us a little bit about your team's resilience to win this.
Well, you know, our guys never gave up. We were down and going into the third. Said, let's just keep coming back and try to get one. We'll be able to get a couple. But this Sudbury team was outstanding. As a coach, you never know. I had that feeling we might be going back to Game 7 the way it was going, but our kids never gave up.
I know the mentally toughest players probably got to be a goaltender. We'll talk a little bit about Michael Milbert's resilience to come back after a couple mediocre games there early on.
Yeah, he wasn't great in those 2 games, but we didn't help him either, and our players believed in him. He's been great all year long. Smitty, the same thing. We believed in our goalies, and Michael made some big saves when we needed him to, and then obviously Neal and Brophy get a big goal there for us.
And you don't got much time to prepare, heading off to Vancouver real soon. What do you do in this short week here to get them ready?
I have no idea. Never been there before. Excited, but I just got to get this one out of the way, and Sudbury played great, and you just never know. So I didn't walk too far, much further than tonight, that's for sure.
Well, congratulations, Mike, and good luck this weekend.
Great, thank you very much.
Gentlemen, back to you.
Thank you very much, Trevor, as we see the opposition head coach and Mike Foligno, certainly a hard-fought fight to get to the finals for the hometown Sudbury boy.
Well, I think the disappointment is etched all over that Mike Foligno face there as Foligno takes the number 6 seed in the Eastern Conference all the way to the OHL final to face the Plymouth Whalers. He wins 2 games. He takes them to overtime. He did everything that he could as head coach of the Wolves.
Downstairs to Trevor with the Whitby native, James Neal, overtime hero for the Whalers.
Well, James, a big game for you tonight. 2 goals, including the game winner. Talk us a little bit about your thoughts right now as OHL champions.
Yeah, it's awesome. You know, guys battled all year, and we started off rough, but we came on strong towards the end. And, you know, I've been playing with Evan Brophy all year, and he's been unbelievable. And you know, that just goes to show. He gives me a great pass, and we ended it, so it was great.
Tell us a little bit about this team. Some would say you guys underachieved a little bit early on, but then you guys were almost virtually undefeatable since the trade deadline. What was the difference there?
Yeah, you know, we just sat down and we started doing the little things and just getting pucks deep. And we're a big team, and we played the body, and you know, it helped us out. And we've been great. Our goaltending has been stellar with Smitty and Newver. So you know, everybody's done a great job.
Congratulations. Your thoughts on going to the Memorial Cup this weekend?
No, it's awesome. I can't wait to get to Vancouver. It's going to be great. Thanks a lot.
Good luck.
Thanks a lot.
Gentlemen, back to you.
Thank you very much, Trevor.
The J. Ross Robertson Trophy and the Gretzky 99 Trophy make their way to center ice as David Branch, the commissioner of the Ontario Hockey League, steps to present the trophy.
And as we listen in, as we mentioned, Dave Branch will present the Most Valuable Player Award. Past winners include Daniel Ryder, Corey Perry, Martin St. Pierre, and Derek Roy in recent memory. And certainly a number of candidates on both teams to earn this award. So it will be a member of the Sudbury Wolves picking up the Most Valuable Player in the Ontario Hockey League Final Series.
You would have to believe that would be a young goaltender by the name of Sebastian Dam.
Continue to listen in. And it will be Mark Stahl, the captain of the Sudbury Wolves, who gets the Wayne Gretzky 99 award for the Most Valuable Player in the Rogers Ontario Hockey League Finals, and a nice salute to the Sudbury captain from the fans who remain here in his hometown arena.
Mark Stahl, the winner of the 99 Wayne Gretzky Trophy as the league's outstanding player in the playoffs. Captain Canada, I guess you could call him, the #1 draft pick of the New York Rangers, the Thunder Bay, Ontario native, accepts congratulations from the Sudbury fans, probably the last game that he'll play in the Sudbury Community Arena.
And now looking to the other side of the ice as the Whalers don their championship hats. I'm sure this is a trophy that Captain Steve Ward is looking forward to accepting from Dave Branch as he salutes the Sudbury fans. Take the handshake and greet Mr. Branch with a smile as he will hoist the J. Ross Robertson Trophy as the Plymouth Whalers are the 2007 Rogers Ontario Hockey League champions. And we'll let the smile do the talking for the captain of the Plymouth Whalers, and in just a few moments, he'll greet his teammates.
Sudbury Arena as they stand to a very good Plymouth Whalers hockey club. They're going to be a tough team to beat in a Memorial Cup tournament.
Certainly the playoff road continues for the Whalers as things just continue to heat up. Of course, it starts May 18th in Vancouver, and this Plymouth, Michigan squad will be in attendance. And how about the effort of the Sudbury Wolves on the other side, who raise their sticks to their hometown crowd and salute for the final time in 2007 the Sudbury Community Arena faithful who have cheered them on. We'll be back with more OHL Championship coverage from Sudbury right after this break.